Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Crusty Crew podcast. This is the first long-form kind of series I've actually made a second episode of. So we're really committing to it this time. I'm here with Cube as always and Bricks by Mind.
Hello, it's me.
Hello.
Just waved to the camera, but I realized we don't have visuals, so that was pointless.
So how are we feeling about LEGO Con?
Did you guys watch last year's LEGO Con when it happened?
No, I haven't seen any of that.
Honestly,
You didn't miss very much.
I genuinely can't
huge
remember if I did.
I live streamed the entire thing, and last year's, the biggest reveal last year is Lydia Winters said we would be getting LEGO Minecraft goats at some point in the following year. That was the biggest reveal.
Damn.
And it was the same thing, about 2.5 hours long. So I don't know if this year's was even good. I just know it was way better than whatever last year was.
I think this year's was pretty okay. Compared to last year's, this thing is like the second coming of Christ. I mean, I'm surprised they even did another LEGO Con. I remember when last year when it said see you in 2022, I remember pretty much everyone was like, you just won't, will you?
Yeah.
Like, no one thought LEGO Con would actually get a second shot, but I'm glad it has.
And it was pretty definitive, of the quality of it when the face of the entire event was the video llama.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was a major improvement this year. The hosts were a lot more charismatic this time around. Getting an actual celebrity to do it that's probably a smart move. The pacing was a lot better. There's a few parts that I felt dragged on, and it was obviously a lot of it was very meant for kids, but it still didn't leave me that bored. And the reveals were pretty good, I felt.
I feel like it could have started a bit better. I feel like what LEGO needs to, master is the idea of, a cold open, right?
Yes.
Say, for example,
Yes, I completely agree.
One of those 2019 Nintendo Directs, I remember they just hard opened with a Mario Maker 2 trailer, and then started going into more, wordy, talky stuff for a bit, and then, showed another big reveal. Whereas LEGOCon just jumped straight into, a talky LEGO Masters section. Which...
That's a very good point. Yeah, they could have opened on the Sanctum. They could have just LEGOCon starts and they're panning up and down the set. That would have
open with a cool order of that, then do LEGO Masters, then do a more in-depth Samsung thing. That would flow way better.
Yeah, no, actually, I completely agree. I hadn't thought of that, but that's a very good point.
After the LEGO Masters part, I think it was really well paced up until after Ninjago, and I'm not just saying that because I'm really biased towards Ninjago, but.
Yeah.
I feel like after Ninjago, the pacing kind of just fell off the rails a little bit.
Well, I mean, they had 10 minutes on Harry Potter.
It wasn't 10, I think it was 20.
Yeah, it was 15, 20, and they had nothing to reveal there.
It's literally just 20 minutes of panning shots of the same set. And I'm pretty sure that set is already out.
I think Star Wars was worse because we didn't even see any new sets.
No, we saw 2 at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw those 2, yeah. Never mind.
Come on, Commander Cody, everybody's favorite character.
I mean, Commander Cody's kind of a power reveal. But I don't know, I feel like...
The funniest part was, though, they didn't even mention him.
Yeah, you think they would have put more focus on that.
Yeah, they revealed the sets, but did not even say the words Commander Cody in the entire thing.
I mean,
but the Avatar segment was immediately after the Ninjago, and that dragged on. Part of it was because that set leaked a few days before.
Yeah.
It really felt like that took forever.
I think the Avatar part was well paced enough, but I feel like it just completely fell off the rails around the Harry Potter part. I feel like there might have even been no saving it after it. It was so long and boring. I'm pretty sure Harry Potter was longer than both Ninjago and Marvel combined.
Yeah. I can't even remember what they were talking about.
We're talking about, Hogwarts set number 5 billion.
Oh, yeah. That one, yeah.
In my opinion, honestly, I think the show should be an hour max, and everything should have been about the length of the Ninjago segment. We don't.
Yeah, the Ninjago segment was perfect because they brought Tommy on.
Should be about 6 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a quick introduction. They introduce Tommy. They show the trailer, give a quick outro, and then they move on. It was perfect.
Nice and simple.
Crusty, do you remember the old directs where they'd spend hours talking about something no one cares about?
No,
that's what this just reminds me of.
I didn't watch directs before before 2018.
All right.
I was an Xbox purist at that point. Not even because I didn't like Nintendo. I just kind of like forgot Nintendo existed for a few years.
I kind of didn't pay attention to the Avatar part because my mind was kind of just still on the Ninjago section.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Like, the closest thing of thought I gave to the Avatar sets was like, wow, these minifigures look really awful.
Yeah.
Like, they look like something I'd see in like a cheese stream. No, you know what they look like? You know that AI like image generator?
Yeah.
They look like something that would come out of that.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Oh my god, that's nightmarish. Don't they have like long arms and everything?
Do you guys know the old Lego theme Jack Stone?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It looks like those figures.
God.
Oh,
I mean, the
no.
actual sets themselves look pretty okay, but like those minifigures are just like genuinely kind of nightmare fuel.
Yeah, no, people have been wanting the like long legs to come back for forever, but in my opinion, it feels very like not Lego to me. So I feel like it wasn't the best decision.
I think they worked for Woody.
I kind of like them for Woody, and I think they work quite well for that. But honestly, I don't know if that's like the legs having came out when I was 10 talking, or if they're actually good. Not even 10,
I think it's
when I was like 6.
Yeah, I think that because I liked them as a kid too, but see, I'm burnt out on them because there was a period from like 2012 to 2014 where everybody's custom minifigures used them, and it was the most obnoxious. Like they were making custom Groot, he had the Woody legs. Any character that was like slightly tall would use the Woody legs.
I remember I did that.
I hate that we're gonna enter that era again.
I remember I used the Woody legs for my Luigi minifigure as a kid. And used the 2 legs for Mario.
Kind of makes sense.
Because Luigi's slightly taller.
That's really funny.
Do they
just
use
using the midget legs like everyone else? I just thought, no, I'll use the Woody legs for Luigi.
Do they use the in between small and medium legs anymore, or without like only?
Mid legs they're still around.
Okay,
I don't know why they're not like more standardized. Like I have no idea.
I don't know.
To like the bounty. Like I figured when those legs came out, I was like, damn, old midget legs. It's been a good run, goodbye. But Lego has just decided to keep them around for whatever reason.
Because mid legs are slightly taller than the short legs, so I'm still using short legs for like children. But like Nelson in the Samurai
action
used mid legs. Yeah.
Wait, does he have like the moving legs or like the old fixed ones?
He has the old ones, which doesn't make any sense.
Why? Lego is just thinks, let's just stick with like the objectively worst piece.
Yeah.
Well, I think each one serves their own purpose, but I think knowing what Nelson looks like in the show at the current time, yeah.
Also, we're just straight up not getting an accurate Mr. F figure.
The Minecraft section of LEGO Con again. I completely blanked that out of my mind.
What did you say?
Was the Minecraft section any good?
They give us the crystallized Minecraft figure.
I think like all the Ninjago fans boosting that vote so we get the Crystal Knight is really funny.
Yeah. I very much enjoyed that section. I think Agnes is a pretty good presenter, and they revealed 2 new sets there, which was nice. I'm very excited for both of those.
I feel like that's after that was when stuff went down.
I think it was probably the best segment, like, of the post-Ninjago segments. Because, like, the Star Wars one was, like, really lame, in my opinion. Like, I know, like, everyone's, like, kind of, soy-jacking over it at the minute, but I don't know, I just kind of, like, Cube, you remember, I was just kind of sat there and went, like, okay, more clone sets, cool.
Yeah.
Like, they spent,
the funny thing of
16 minutes, something. It was, like, at least, like, 7, I can't remember exactly. Just, like, showing us, like, random stuff for, like, no reason. Showed us Blurred sets, and then we're like, oh, by the way, here's, like, 2, like, Clone Trooper sets.
The funny thing about those was, Land was given the assets for all the sets being revealed at LegoCon early, so I guess we could prepare content. They had it embargoed for 2 p.m., which is when LegoCon was supposed to end. However, LegoCon went over, so a bunch of Land members ended up revealing the Star Wars sets before LegoCon did. Which I find incredibly mismanaged, but it's a little funny.
Damn.
Not to mention Commander Cody leaked like a week before LegoCon.
Yeah.
Oh, did it? I didn't even know that.
Bro, Lan accidentally leaking the entire Star Wars segment. It's just so Lego though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Well, and
no other
it's
company
not
would
even
do
leaking.
that.
It's not even leaking because it followed their embargo times. It was just LEGO Con ran way too long. They didn't have it. They didn't have the time scheduled correctly. So
They should have just done
the
that
Harry
for an
Potter
hour.
part wasn't actually intentional. They just wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
well, I will say though, I've interviewed the Harry Potter designer who was in that section. He is like of all the designers I've talked to, he is like the nicest guy. So
That is awesome.
no disrespect
That's
to the
nice.
person himself. I just thought the section could have been
Yeah.
formatted a little bit better.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
I was talking to Deetnagler Studios like the other month, and he had this like really good analogy about Lego. This was like during like February, where like Lego mishandling Ninjago was like probably at its worst, and he said Lego is the Nintendo of the toy industry, and I think he's like absolutely spot on.
Yeah,
Because like they're like undeniably the king. They make really good stuff, but like they kind of just mishandle like how you get to that stuff.
I feel, I think
They have-
although they
they've
have,
gotten much better though. They have gotten
Yeah,
so
and-
much better. I cannot.
in less than a year, they have, Like, compare Ninjago treatment last year.
Hell, compare it to this year. We went from like one of
Yeah.
the most disastrous launches to like one of the best, and that's not even because of my opinions on core. I just think like the launching of the products itself was a bit mishandled. Like
Yeah, I mean, the game wasn't even working.
the game was broken. They didn't make a single.
Oh, I
Instagram
forgot about
post.
the game.
Like, oh my god, that was
I couldn't get past the game. Also, they bunched up the shorts by putting them in random places in the game. It didn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
I just can't get over
Alright.
how many Ninjago lines they've launched and not promoted on social media like at all. Like, as far as Lego's Instagram followers are concerned, core literally doesn't exist.
I think it's because they don't appreciate the older fan base of Ninjago and just see it as something for children and only children. So they're like, oh, kids are going to go to the store and ask their mom for it. It doesn't really matter if we promote on social media.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But at least,
But like the older fan base does exist. There are people who aren't necessarily Ninjago fans. Like there's people who just go for like sort of like, wow, that is a beautiful set. I'm going to pick that up regardless of the theme. And
Also, kids are using
I really
social media
realized
like
that.
way more now.
Yeah.
they shouldn't be, but they are.
But I'm
I
glad,
mean, when they,
I'm glad they're actually promoting Ninjago now. Like, say, a lot of my like IRL people kind of well, like obviously like watched Ninjago as kids, but like kind of fell out of it. And I remember like they actually marketed Crystalized like pretty well on Instagram. So like most of my IRL friends were like in the loop of what was going on. And then I remember when the actual episode
Genuinely
came
awesome.
out, one of them messaged me and was like, "The new season's like really good, by the way." Just like out of the blue. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
posting about the stuff on Instagram is like genuinely a powerful marketing tool, and I'm glad they're using it now.
I mean, when they advertised Ninjago on Twitter with the poster, I was in disbelief.
Like I remember when on Twitter, a bunch of people like who like had fallen out of Ninjago years ago were like coming back in to check the season. I think it's kind of just the perfect storm of like bringing back old stuff, actually marketing it, and like just general like finale hype. They picked a good time to start like being competent again.
Yeah, I think LEGO needs to like realize that nostalgia is a powerful tool, and there is a lot of people who are now older who did grow up with Ninjago who do have this nostalgia for it, and there's also like I think it's way more common nowadays for people, young adults, to be still watching children's shows because they just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think LEGO really needs to tap into that market a little bit better and like realize that audience is very much there.
Yeah. What I will say is really awesome is how they do like LEGO has like started to cater to like the most niche portions of the fan base. Like the Ninjago music channel is like officially run by like LEGO, right? And
Yeah.
there's videos explaining like Ninjago's motifs and stuff. You know how many people are like actively invested in analyzing Ninjago's soundtrack?
3.
It can't be any less. It can't be like any more than like 100. And yet LEGO
But
has
it's
made
awesome.
whole content catering to them, and that's so awesome because it's gonna make more
They're all-
people
yeah.
interested and validate them.
They're also doing that full soundtrack release as well.
Oh, that's gonna be so goated. I remember saying
Yeah,
a year
no.
ago, they'll never do that. That's way too niche to be profitable. But no, I've been proven wrong, and I'm really glad I've been proven wrong because I would love to have full
Yeah.
soundtrack releases. I would buy all of them.
Just need to get the X1 Ninja Charger theme. That's all I care about.
True.
Oh yeah.
I just need all of those Seabound tracks. I need every single one of them.
Yeah, they picked the right time to actually market the show. Like, imagine they did this, like, I don't know, like The Island.
Yeah.
Because, like, also they just kind of hard revealed the Overlord in the trailer. Like, they're not even hiding that anymore because they know that we all know, which I find very funny.
Like, I feel like LEGO really stopped caring about that. Like, even before the trailer. Like, mine. Do you know about the image file leak?
Yes, I do. Henry told me about that.
God,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna explain it so people watching know. On LEGO's website, there was a picture of the Crystal King. Someone saved it, and the file name was overlord.png. Like, you can tell
That
LEGO
is
just
so
stopped
epic.
caring when that happened.
Yeah. Like, do you remember the Ice chapter trailer description where it's like where they find out the shocking reveal
Oh
of
yeah,
the
the
Ice
shocking
Emperor
truth about the Ice Emperor.
and then they quickly removed it?
I think that is one of the like most. That's one. Ice Emperor is one of the best like hidden reveals, and even though it was really obvious, they like actually changing Brett Miller's name in the credits and everything
Yeah.
was a lot more effort than they put in the past.
To be fair,
Yeah.
though, the thing I remember a lot of people when the Ice Emperor reveal came out criticized it for saying like, "Oh, everyone had predicted it," but like. When it comes to Ninjago reveals, pretty much everyone predicts them like months in advance. Like I remember Harumi was predicted, Samurai X being Pixel was predicted. Pretty much every single reveal, people had pretty like on the like nail on the head like a few months in advance.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
because I mean, Lego does like to, Ninjago does like to make use of foreshadowing, and they also try
Yeah.
to make it simple enough that the kids watching will be able to crack the code. So when you're like. When you're 16 or you're 20 watching it, it's not always as surprising. But I think like going through the effort of even like hiding Brett Miller's name in the credits, I think is really really cool.
Except for
Yeah, they
Unagami,
learned
though.
from-
They actually did a pretty good job hiding him for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
no
they
one
really
knew.
learned from.
Do you remember
They learned from.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Oh, that's fine. They learned from the Pythor reveal in Rebooted, where at the end of Blackout they just had Pythor in the credits.
did they really?
Yeah, they did. It was listed as Pythor in the credits
Oh
of
my
his
God.
first game.
I was in the Lego community then, but the Ninjago community, at least on Instagram, was not that much of a thing at the time. So I never noticed that. So the Pythor reveal was actually surprising to me.
Oh yeah, I was out of the loop at that time because I just didn't know when the show would air.
You guys remember
Yeah.
back in 2020 when everyone thought Unagami was Bob the Intern?
Yeah,
Not remember that.
I remember that.
There was like a,
That was in
there was like a
Jerry's
bunch of
server.
theories going around because everyone was like, "Well, obviously Unagami's not Milton Dyer. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out." But the only other lead at that point related to any of the backstory was Bob the Intern. So everyone just jumped in.
Oh, that's right. No, I do remember that.
Like the Ninjago shitpost tweet about it is really good in hindsight. I occasionally just reply to that like, "Yo, let's go, Bob the Intern."
And then it turns out Bob the Intern was such an insignificant character that they reused this character model and crystallized for somebody else.
They did the same thing for Sorla as well in Prime Empire.
That was so weird. It's so weird
Yeah.
how Milton Dyer's mum is literally just Sorla.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I feel like, damn. What did
I
you
am
think?
I
glad-
feel like we
with-
got really off topic.
Yeah. What did you think of the trailer at LEGO Con?
But what's so hard? It was hype.
I really think that's the best Ninjago trailer they've ever done. Like, just like from like an editing perspective, I think it's really good. Like usually
I'm still.
Was
in the good Ninjago trailers, you'll always have a moment where it's like, oh, well, I feel like they could have structured that a lot better. Like, say, the Seabound series finale trailer, the Vietnamese version was really good, but then, like, the English version was, like, really, like, bloated by just, like, random one-liners for whatever reason. This one, other than, like, Wu randomly saying we're not ready for this, which even then, it's not, like, the worst interject in the world, I feel like flows really well.
Yeah, I also like the I'm guessing this is most of the last few episodes they focused on, right?
No, I think it's like, I want to say we're seeing nothing beyond like episode 23, because keep in mind, like I feel like a lot of people think they've revealed everything, but we still haven't seen the Overlord under the mask, Lloyd's Oni mask, the Ultra Dragon, what else? I know there's more, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Ice Emperor.
Nelson
Oh,
and
true,
Antonio
yeah.
are in the poster.
Oh yeah, Nelson and
Yeah.
Tony aren't in the trailer either. They're in the poster, but not the trailer.
I wonder if they're going to tie like Zane and the Ice Emperor into this. I'm genuinely very confused.
I think he's probably gonna go to the Netherrealm to get allies, and the title's like metaphorical rather than literal.
True, actually, yeah.
Oh.
Just everyone starts freaking out in Neverrealm because Zane's back.
See, my initial theory was that it was going to be something with Mr. F, with him now being the new wielder of the Shuriken's Vice. He's essentially the new Ice Emperor.
That's kind of awesome.
That'd be kind of cool because that's also, if they go that route, that's also an evil Zane, like Echo Zane.
Yep.
If that is the case. Which I mean, it better be. He's not in the lighthouse.
I'm sure they just never address that.
I was just gonna
That'd be
say,
funny.
I genuinely at this point don't think they will. Like I remember saying before the season came out, well, Mr. E's there and we're in the lighthouse, so they have to address it, right? They have to acknowledge that Echo Zane is at the lighthouse, and then they just like leave the lighthouse without mentioning him.
So
like,
here's
no.
my thought though is like Jay is the only one who would know he's supposed to be there. So what if Echo Zane just ends up being one of the allies at the end, and Jay just like didn't have him around because he didn't want to talk to anybody when he was in the lighthouse.
Just kicked
He
him
just
out.
kept Echo Zane in the basement.
Yeah, he just stuck him in the basement with the other thing.
He just kicked him out of the lighthouse. He's a victim to the poor guy.
Do you think when Nia remembers the lighthouse, she didn't even go to check on Echo Zane?
Jay and Nia are such bad friends to Echo Zane, like, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't blame him if he missed Dareth.
To be fair though, he probably doesn't remember Skybound either, so
But he remembers like his creator just leaving him when the real Zane
Yeah.
came back.
Still though, they just know he's there, and they just do nothing. To be fair though, I think
Just
like
hanging out,
in
you know?
canon they might actually know Echo Zane's there because in that one comic they do all go to the lighthouse. You know the post Seabound one with
like the magazine
Leviathan.
comic.
Yeah.
The magazine stuff is like
so
did more than the show in terms of Nia grief.
The magazine is genuinely so good nowadays, like in terms of comics.
It is, but also I believe the magazine comics are officially not canon.
I mean, as long as they fit into the canon, I'm gonna consider them canon. As long as there's no like
So,
contradictory
how
information.
How I treat the comics is they're not canon, but they provide hints as to canon, because the people writing comics have likely watched all of Crystalized, so they know how the plot goes. So
Yeah.
if a comic comes out before the season airs, they might do things that tie into the episodes, but
Yeah.
comics are often contradictory in one way or another. So
That's how I feel about like Shadow of Ronin and Way of the Departed.
I mean, the way I view the comics is like the ones that fit into the canon in my eyes are canon, but the ones that don't. Because as far as I know, they're kind of in like a could be canon status anyway. Like if they don't contradict, then sure, throw them in.
yes.
And then for
And then
some
there's-
reason,
there's a
they
few
decide
that
to
don't, but then
canonize
there's a-
Mother Earth.
Yeah, I was about to say there's Mother Earth is apparently canon, which doesn't make any sense.
So the timeline's all messy on that, right?
Yeah, Cole's now 8 apparently in the current timeline, if that's canon.
Doesn't that comic see like Lily doing stuff at the time of Rise of the Snakes?
Yeah,
That's so
it does.
stupid. That's so stupid.
She's like pals with Dr. Julian, right?
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. I like how the comic after that is titled "Oh No" or something like that. Like, oh god.
Comic writers realize like, oh god, we screwed up, and they've canonized it too.
Yeah, literally. We keep going off topic.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Actually, wait. I'm confused about this. Is LEGO Friends actually ending? Because I'm so very confused about this.
I tried to ask
That's
any of my
everyone
Lego
wants to
Friends
know.
aficionados in the chat, in the live stream, if it was ending or what, but sadly no one knew because I don't think there's any Lego Friends aficionados we can contact.
That would be pretty epic if they ended like both of their big themes this year.
Yeah.
And like Monkey Kid as well.
And then brought back Power Miners. Let's go.
Oh, yeah,
no,
let's go.
they need to bring back Bionicle actually.
Oh, true.
Oh
I
gosh.
think we need the Commander Cody theme already.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It would have been funny if the set that they showcased was the Star Wars the new floor set that's like £50.
We need the Republic gunship line of sets already.
But no, Friends, they might just be. I mean, I don't know how deep the Friends lore goes, but they might just be introducing a new group of friends.
I guess that
sounds about
make,
right.
yeah, because I'm very confused.
Because like,
Friends,
at this point,
I don't know,
people
like-
who grew up with Friends are like probably not into Friends anymore, so that's probably a good call.
I find it weird that Friends is like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
of all the themes, how was that the one that stuck?
because girl.
It sells well. I love Friends. Honestly, it's just the minifigures I
Yeah.
can't stand.
The thing
Yeah,
about
the
Friends
sets are
is
awesome.
that like the minifigures suck, but as of right now, it's like City but good.
It's
Yeah,
genuinely
that's
one of
true.
those best themes this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, Friends had like better minifigures. I would consider picking up.
maybe next year maybe like
Also,
the
if
new
I had
group
more-
are actually Lego figures. That'd be nice.
That would be
Kind of
epic.
weird.
I think,
Oh,
unfortunately, now though we're like past the point of no return. We've had 10 years of mini dolls. I don't think they're gonna get rid of them now.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
we're stuck with them, unfortunately.
it's
Yeah.
just like
Did you see the promo bricks post?
yeah, we're having news on Friday.
Core 2, let's go.
I mean, I look forward to it.
I am
I don't think
really
there'll be
worried about
anything,
that. I really
to
hope
be
like
honest.
whatever information they have doesn't spoil like anything from Crystalized.
I still genuinely think it's just core set names. I
really hope
I
if it's core
what it
set
is.
names, I'll be like, okay, cool, that's good.
I don't think it's going to spoil anything for the show because I don't know how they would have those spoilers.
Because the thing is, if for example, if they have like a mainline wave of sets, right? If they have, for example, Kai's Scrimblow Bimblow motorcycle, right? We'll know. Okay, the theory about the original 4 ninja being retired after this season is false. We know they're safe. Or if we have a Lloyd set, we'll know. Okay, Lloyd's safe too.
Yes, but also no, because you got to remember, like Prime Empire didn't have any Zane, and then we're like, oh my god, is Zane dying at the end of
This is true.
11?
God, I hate that. I feel like it's
Also-
also juke everyone.
What like unless it has the word core or legacy in the name, I don't think we have any reason to believe it is or is not a core or legacy set.
I don't think it'll be show set. I don't think we're going to have any season in the first half next year
then again,
because they were
this-
still working on Crystalized this year.
This is true. I hope they do just like one season per year because like I feel like so far Ninjago has mostly benefited from it. We've had more time to like soak in seasons. Like I feel like Seabound and Crystalized. I know the Discord server will eat me up for this. Are like generally better than the 2020 seasons.
I think
Right.
I
Okay, your
agree.
disappointment.
No, fair from.
I think in terms of toys, Seabound was a weird wave in terms of toys because we only had 5 show sets for the entire year, and they were all like very specialized, and it was weird not to have any just straight up ninja sets on
This is
shelves
true.
outside of Legacy.
Although it was nice to have a Ninjago
Wait, we had-
wave without a
sorry, we
single
had-
motorcycle.
Also, we had Island. What am I talking? Island sets were great. Never mind.
Island was such a good wave.
Just Seabound Wave is bad, and like not bad, but then the Legacy Wave that Summer didn't help either.
Oh my god, that Legacy wave is really bad.
Half of it was Junior.
I don't
What?
even think the Kai Fire Dragon. By the way, after I made that tweet about the Legacy wave, I've discovered that Kai Fire Dragon might be the most divisive set they've ever done.
Yeah,
Like-
it's one of my favorite sets of all time.
Exactly, and I either see people saying it's like amazing or like absolutely hate it. Like
That's-
And then-
I find that really fascinating.
like I think it's like atrocious. It looks like Danny DeVito like in like a Fire Dragon suit. But like on the other hand, like you say, mine, it's one of your favorite sets. And like when I made that tweet, literally half the replies was that Fire Dragon sucks, and the other half was that Fire Dragon's good. Why is it here?
I think everyone can agree though that the ultrasonic Raider is terrible.
Apart from Litman on the Discord server.
And me.
He really
I,
likes that
I don't know.
series.
I don't know why I like it. I just think it looks so stupid that I like it.
I tried to remain optimistic because Ultrasonic Raider was one of my most wanted legacy sets, but I got it and it was just like this fails in every possible way.
I genuinely think like the Ultra Stealth Raider is my favorite Ninjago vehicle.
Yeah, in my opinion, what I really think they should have done was just re-release the Stealth Raider and put legacy minifigures in it. Like, I don't see how you could at all improve on that build. It is literally like as good as you're gonna get.
I would have been okay if they did an actual Ultrasonic Raider, but they tried to combine both of them and it made it just look weird. And the set also falls apart really easily. The Zane Flyer just straight up does not connect well. The front cockpit, I think, where Jay sits in, it's really easy to knock upside down because it's loose to allow the Zane Flyer to come off. Then the bikes on the side are not bikes.
Yeah, they have like a tiny wheel to balance it out.
You know what set I feel like people did kind of dirty?
Legacy started out so good.
Yeah.
And then we got like +4 final flight bounty.
Pretty weird. We got two like amazing legacy waves, like the first 2021 wave and the first 2019 wave, and then we just got like a bunch of just okay stuff. What really got done dirty was Possession though. Like, oh my god.
Possession got like 2 sets.
We got one decent Possession set, and that was like not a good set. Like the Titan mech, right? The Titan mech is like a very good set. I'm not denying that it's like a well-built set, right? But it's a terrible Titan mech.
Yes,
like,
that's my opinion. Exactly. It's one of the best Lego mechs you've ever gotten, but it's really not a good Zane's Titan.
Like if they released that set as like I don't know, like a Seabound set or like whatever, like Scrimblue, Bimblu Wave, I don't know, I can't figure But if they released that set and it was like Zane's like Ice Mech or something, or like some kind of like, if it was like a new set, I would be singing its praises. But it's meant to be an old set and it just completely misses the mark.
So I got to talk to the guy who designed that set, and what he told us was essentially when they're designing Legacy, they take a look at what the previous iteration was and compare it to how it looked in the show. And if the previous iteration was very similar to the show, then they try to do an all new take on it. But if the previous iteration was not very representative of the show, then they try to make it more show accurate.
I disagree with that approach, but I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. So that's why, like, the Monastery is way better than any Monastery we've ever gotten, but the Titan mech is so different.
See, personally, how I was feeling about when I saw the Titan mech leaked, I was like, yes, I smashed up my kid Titan mech because, like, I was a kid. So I was like, I was playing with it and stuff. I would love to have a new one to put on my shelf. That's kind of how I went into, like, a good load of the remakes of the Possession stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a mixed bag. Like, that approach is a mixed bag. Because on the one hand, if you already have the previous set, I would much rather get something all new than just get the same thing again. But on the other hand, like, I think Legacy should be representative of what it's meant to be.
I feel like Core could actually be pretty good for that, because you could kind of relegate like the reimagined stuff to like a Core line and have the accurate recreations be in Legacy. Kind of unrelated, but I feel like Core should really be going, like, especially given how everything's going to get price raised pretty soon. I feel like what Core should do is lead into being like the value Ninjago wave. Like,
well, I mean, I think it is. I think from the German leaks, it sounds like only the combo mech is going up in price, and everything else is staying stable from that wave, while like all the TV show sets are going up.
I was kind of hoping the new 4+ Dragon would be £50, but
bro, I should like live build Jerry. I have the box just sat right next to me.
You haven't built him yet?
No, I kind of just got him out of peer pressure. I tagged everyone on the Discord server, said, I'm in Smith's, I saw Jerry, do I buy him? And I just got like 19 messages that said yes. I'm like, well, I have to now.
Oh god.
I was thinking to live build it or something, but like I don't know how I'm gonna set up the camera to do that.
I spent $40 on a baby set out of peer pressure.
Yeah. I mean like it's Jerry, I couldn't not. Literally,
I think you very much could have not.
Literally the GOAT Ninjago set of all time. People watching the stream, don't buy it. Don't follow my example.
A quick question: is like the Legacy X1 charger like considered one of the most hated Legacy sets?
I don't know if anyone has an opinion on it. It kind of just exists.
I like it. I see a lot of people hate it. I know Penn Plays on Twitter always talks about how he is not a fan of that one, but I like it a lot, honestly. I have both it and the original, and I honestly think the Legacy one's better.
I haven't built mine yet. I'm just very nervous to do so because I was like, I'm gonna build it now, and then the server was like, oh, that's a terrible set, and I was like, oh no.
I have a similar thing. When I went to London last year in August, I got the Boulder Blaster. I built like the little Anacondri side build, and like like the sticker on like the Anacondri symbol sticker. It didn't have a hole in the middle, so I just couldn't put it on the thing. So I just tried to just like rip in the middle and just like completely messed up the sticker. And I'm like, wow, Lego is in such a good state right now. And now I've just like had the set like sat on my shelf for like months since. Like the box is starting to decay. It's been there for so long.
Oh gosh.
But like the reason I got it was because I missed the original, and I thought, right, if I miss this one again, I'm gonna be like the biggest loser of like 2021.
I think
You can probably contact LEGO support. They're pretty good about getting like sticker sheets and stuff if something goes wrong.
The thing is though, I just can't be bothered to do it over a tiny side build. Like that build realistically probably would have been lobbed into my wardrobe anyways. However, I do need to get around to contacting LEGO support over my Dragon Cole.
I saw you.
Like the misprint. Did you see that?
Yeah, you showed it to me.
Wait, what?
So like, apparently this has been happening with some of the new sets, but like some of like, like the orange pinky lines on the minifigure to symbolize like earth cracks.
Yes.
Some of those just weren't printed for me, so like. Right round between his legs, there's like an awkward white line going down, and it's like the most unfortunate misprint ever because it's like a single line going down between his legs. So it's like it's like the most horrendous, like unfortunate misprint.
Oh dear.
I feel like misprints have become a lot more common the past few years, and maybe it's just because I'm buying more sets, but. I don't remember there being this many misprints as a kid.
I got the Temple of the Crystal King a few days ago. Not a few days ago, like a few weeks ago at this point. Really underrated set, by the way. I don't see the hate for it. But,
Really?
All four of the ninja, right? All four of the ninja had misprinted faces. Cole's smiling face was positioned way too high up on the head. Jay's, like, eyebrows were, like, way too high. Kai's, I can't remember what was wrong with it, but I know something was wrong with it. And Zane, I don't know, I might be wrong about Zane. I think Zane might have been fine, actually.
I think Zane's face in general just is bad.
Yeah. The real misprint is the fact that face is still in circulation.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the printing quality isn't as good because I still have a 2016 Skybound J and his face is like perfect, but like my J from the core set is like weathering away.
Mind, by the way, there's been like pretty hot like debates in my Discord about this, but on your core J minifigure, you know where the symbol like would be on the hood?
Yes.
In between those on like the headband, some of the people on my server have noticed that like kind of the blue bleeds into the yellow a bit. Have you seen, and like I can't like send a picture and show it to you because for some reason cameras don't pick it up, but half my Discord server doesn't notice this at all and the other half has.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, I think that's something with the dual molding is the yellow overlaps part of the blue very thinly, so part of the blue bleeds through. But no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I'm not going insane then. Okay, good.
It's a very small thing, but it's definitely there.
I've noticed it mostly on Jay and Cole, and I didn't notice it on Season 11 Cole. I think it came in around Core, and it's translated over to the Crystalized minifigures as well. Like
I didn't notice it. Or J is the only one I noticed it on, and I think it's just because the yellow is so light.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed it on anybody else though.
I think it's just because like Cole and Jay have like very light colors, contrasted with very dark colors.
Yeah.
Like the only crystallized ninja it's noticeable on is Cole.
Is the crystallized Cole mask different to the season 11 Cole mask?
Yes. The only difference is the symbol went from black to white.
Okay.
And the symbols are like just ever so slightly smaller on mine anyway.
I think
Okay.
with Kai, it's just the color of the symbol changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jay and Zane got an entire mask, like color difference. That's originally
Zane
Yeah,
has the color mask
yeah.
with the symbol, and Jay's is all new.
By the way, Zane's
Jay-
claw mask is so good.
Yeah, it is.
looks-
Zane
so
is
good on the
easily
island
the
suit.
best figure in that wave.
I don't know why they didn't introduce that piece sooner. It would have been perfect for when they tried to use like the ninja hoods on the island suits in the show.
Yeah.
Remember when
Also,
people said
I've never been a fan of gray for Zane. I think like all the gray hoods on him just look weird.
I think grey looks really good, but that new blue color is so good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy orange is the secondary color for Cole now, because I did not like brown.
See, the thing is, when they introduced the ninja with the black color, they kind of pushed themselves into an awkward situation where like his color scheme would have to be different for pretty much every single minifigure. Like, say, when they introduce like suits like the kimonos or like the deep stone robes where the primary suit, the primary color is black, Cole's kind of just in this awkward situation where it's like, well, that's already my primary color.
Yeah.
So they've kind of just had to differentiate between like grey and orange, and I'm glad they've kind of mostly like sent it down on orange because orange looks really good.
God, I wonder what like a deep stone orange Cole would look like.
Oh my god.
I think orange and brown are my favorites for Cole. I'm not a huge fan of the gray, but I think brown is nice for brown works really well for like SOG and Hunted because those are like
Yeah.
those suits are meant to be a little less flashy, and I think the brown works really well there.
Yeah, that's true.
But orange does look really pretty, especially in the suits we've got in the last few years.
I think they did
Cole
that.
is such an amazing minifigure. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm,
I think
I'm a
they.
season 11 suit hater.
Oh,
But Cole is. You can't deny Cole is like so pretty.
Kai's probably my favorite one, and I don't even love that one.
I mean, my favorite suits are the season 7 ones, so I don't think I can really say much.
On
Well, those
popular
go- those
opinion, I don't really like the season 7 suits too much.
That's like a
I'm
pop.
like the only
I don't know. It's
person who
like
thinks this. Yeah.
well, no,
I felt that way when they came out, but as time's gone on and I like gone back and looked at them, I'm like, wait, these are like some of the best suits we've ever gotten.
yeah, I love them a lot. Except for like Zane's.
One is I think
Zane's is really
I
good.
think they're a tad over designed.
That's true. I mean, they are the most detailed ninja suits, without a doubt.
Like they're a bit busy at points, and
Yeah, but I also see
that's
people.
kind of not helped by there being like no arm printing. I feel like that would have been mitigated a bit if like everything was like as like designed. And two, I feel I have a really weird throat. Two, let the deep stone ZX pads die. Kill them if you have to. I never want to see
like
that piece
them.
again. I never want to see that piece again. It was good on the season 5 suits, and everything else it's been on, it is ruined.
It's funny because they're technically inaccurate on the season 5 suits because
Yeah, they're more
in the
like
show
Donovan
they're
as well.
navy pads. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Cole never wears them in the show, right?
That too.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then like you'll have like a few shots where he is wearing them for some reason.
Why did they even model that? It's literally
Yeah, they just
wasting
messed up the whole thing.
Well, to be fair, they're probably all when they have their hoods on, they're probably all the same model, just with different skins on them. So
Yeah.
they just forgot to take them off.
I didn't even realize that. Actually, that makes sense. Yeah.
The worst example of the Deepstone shoulder pads is definitely Haunted Jay. That minifigure is like really good torso and leg printing, but then just has the worst armor piece. Like the movie hood and the ZX shoulder pads is just genuinely
Yeah,
a
it's,
terrible.
yeah, it's
combination.
awful. I mean, I don't like the movie masks anyways. I think they're just a hassle to
I
put
love
on
the
and off.
movie masks, but like they're just too small for a piece of armor that big.
The legacy masks are still my favorite.
I think the movie masks are great for display, but terrible for like play because just
Yeah.
having to take apart everything whenever you want to turn their heads or put them in their hairpiece was just so.
I think the
obnoxious, but-
scuba gear are like worse because you have to take off the legs to take off the mask. Because of
Yeah,
the
so
breathing.
yeah, but
But also,
those are more specialized suits anyway. So it's like It's rare that I'm going to be using the scuba suits for anything that isn't
The real
scuba
problem-
related. Well,
the real problem with the scuba suits is like with the masks, because of the leg piece, the legs come off so easily.
Yeah. Also, they look like they have really massive. They look like they have really massive necks when they have the whole gear on.
I don't mind the massive necks. It's just like I have a lot of issues with show to set adaptations. I think most of the time the sets are like a very poor adaptation of the show, but I feel like the scuba suits are like pretty nail on the head in terms of that. But
I think like,
I
the
think-
Wild Brain suits are like a bit hit or miss when it comes to the show and
you
minifigure.
either
Like,
have
just,
a one-to-one amazing adaptation, or they'll just look completely off.
Yeah. The big thing with the scuba suits is how the face prints, like the scuba mask doesn't go up high enough to cover the face prints all the time.
Yeah, true.
funny they went through
That's-
all the
that's the
effort
one-
to make like Kind Cole.
So I think it's kind of really funny how it like makes the faces like look really big.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, LEGO Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Last year didn't.
Exclusively a LEGO Con review must be so disappointed right now.
Wait. This is like when we went off topic with the mechanic in the last one. Wait, last year didn't they just do like a 30-second C-Bound trailer?
Yeah, and we'd already seen
That's-
the entire season at that point.
That's
Also,
funny.
Also,
I love how they touted
also
it
they
as, like, a
announced
big
Rebound
reveal.
for LEGO Brawls.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but they showed Lego Brawl's Avatar Harumi in this one for some reason. That's so weird.
Yeah. LEGO Brawls coming to consoles soon, I think.
Is it on PC?
I think it's coming to PC. Right now, it's only on Apple Arcade.
I will be
That's so
playing. I will
weird.
be playing Lego Brawls in 8K 144 FPS.
Yeah, same here.
With ray tracing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Someone needs to figure out how to mod LEGO Brawl so that we can hack like the video llama into the game.
Put all the whippers in it.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
in there. Maybe get like Jerry in there, like as like a background image.
There's
Okay,
boss
but
fights, right? I think Wojiro's in the game, so just like
Just like
hey, Wojiro replaced Wojeri.
The mechanic versus Wojira.
Mechanic solo
Oh,
for prep
yeah.
time.
Except for his minifigure. I don't get why they base his figure off his appearance in the absolute worst.
Oh my god, this minifigure is genuinely so bad. I've been holding the figure this whole thing, and like it's like I think I told this to mine like a few days ago, but the fact that they based Lloyd's terrible disguise off of the mechanic minifigure in Crystalized is so funny.
Yeah. I don't know. I like them. The fact that it exists at all, I don't care how accurate it is. It's just I'm happy.
Yeah, that's how I
Finding
feel.
her of the minifigure,
I would rather
like,
have this
I'm
figure
really
than no
happy it
mechanic at all.
exists. Yeah, I'm really happy it exists, but what the hell is this?
Damn.
I could do like an entire like 7-minute video exclusively saying why this minifigure is like terrible, but like I love to have it anyway.
I don't think there's anything accurate about the figure at all. I think there's a problem with
The only
every
accurate
part.
thing is like his eye, and the fact that he has like a black hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think the important thing about it is when you look at it, he's immediately recognizable as the mechanic. The one that gets me is Belobo. He like that one is so bad.
I mean,
He
I
looks
kinda
like,
recognize
from
him as
Lego.
Belobo. I just when I think Belobo, I just think big beard.
I mean, he
Aside
looks
from
like
the
a
beard
Lego
piece-
Atlantis character to me.
Yeah. Aside from the beard piece, there is nothing about that figure that is Belobo, which is like I was one of the biggest advocates for the Elemental Master figures for years, and then we finally got him, but like his eyebrows aren't accurate, none of his clothing is accurate. He just has a beard piece which wasn't even like introduced for him. That piece existed anyway, so he's not much better than a custom you could make before we got him in sets.
Why did they give him Jack from Hidden Side's face? That will always baffle me. Why did, like, of all the faces they could have given him, they chose the worst possible one? They had, like, a whole, like,
The best
corporate committee to decide what would be the worst face they could possibly give him.
thing was there was a collectible minifigure series that came out that same time as that Legacy Wave that had a minifigure with that same hairpiece and a much better head print for Belobo.
Maybe they just got them mixed
them
up.
mixed up.
Yeah.
Look how even
Oh.
Cole's original design is a better, like, face piece for Belobo.
Exactly. No, that one's actually kind of decent for Belobo.
Wait, hold on. I don't even know what it is.
Belobo is the funniest name to me.
Yeah.
I mean, what did he do in the show?
But it's so goofy. He attacked
He
attacked
Island
Jay while he
Jay
was
is
a
bad.
kid, but that's like it. That's literally all. he
Yeah,
did.
that's pretty much all he's done, yeah. So wild.
They didn't even
No.
bring him back for Hunted.
No, they mentioned that he was captured.
Yeah.
That was they just didn't want to
After
bring
a
him
smoke
back.
got done so dirty and haunted.
Who?
Ash.
Ash, yeah, he got like the best Elemental Master figure, and they didn't even include him.
I'm pretty sure Skylor uses smoke and everything, and he's like in the comics too. Yeah, Skylor uses smoke in Hunted. He's in the Hunted comics, but he's just not in the show. Genuinely.
He was just off screen the entire time.
Yeah,
he was just off shot. Like if they moved the camera a slight bit, he would have been there.
I believe also he was the only Elemental Master minifigure that was not in.
Yeah, exactly. Like the other ones they didn't include didn't have figures, so I guess that's why the Aurora omitted.
Was Gravis mentioned in Hunted at all?
No, Gravis and Jacob were not mentioned at all.
Okay.
I mean, Jacob,
though, most people
on Chen's Island.
No, he's not. He's in the. They went back to get him, I think, because he's in the background.
Yes, he is, because I said so.
Okay. No.
Wait,
okay, fair enough.
Does he actually come off Chen's Island? I genuinely thought he was stuck there.
No, he's in the background. He's in the background of like Corridor of Elders. He's still there.
What? That's so lame. They should have just left him.
Yeah, he appears in like one shot.
Yeah.
If the credits thing is canon, does that imply that they all just flew off Chen's Island, realized, crap, we forgot Jacob, went back and got him?
Exactly.
I think Tommy said, or someone said that that's what happened. They went back and got him afterwards.
That's genuinely so funny.
I find it interesting that the only master we don't have as a figure is Camille, and she's said to be a villain, a bad girl now. So I feel like, just have her as a villain one day. That'd be awesome.
Camille would genuinely be such a cool, main antagonist. Like, shape-shifting is, such a fun, ability.
Problem is with Ninja... Yeah.
One of my biggest, Ninjago dream waves is just, it's like if they want to do something like The Island, where it's just, 4 short episodes. It's just, for the show, do 4 episodes of just standalone villains, and then the sets just create one set that comes with the mechanic, one with misdemeanor, one with Camille, and come up with some other just generic villain, and have lower tier villains for the ninja to fight, just to flesh out the Ninjago world, to not be all these big world enders. I think that would be very fun, both from a toy perspective and a show perspective.
Actually, yeah.
For a mechanic special and set would be the first to sell 1 million copies. That goes so hard.
Absolutely, yeah.
The fact that the mechanic is actually holding the Shuriken device in the LEGO Con trailer is so awesome to me.
Yeah.
I think Mr. F holds one later, so I guess they just share it because of their hatred for Zane.
They each have one.
Yeah, and they both hate Zane, so it's perfect.
Mr. F and the mechanic strike me as the type of people who would be friends. During Sons of Garmadon, I wonder what the mechanic was doing during the Garmadon takeover. But I feel like Mr. E and the mechanic would just get.
He was in prison. The mechanic was in prison, wasn't he? Because he was shown to be in prison in the Legacy shorts, and Zane and Kai caught him at the beginning of season 8.
You'd figure that Harumi would free him or something.
Nah, she was saving him for a later time.
Nah, I'll need you in Crystalized.
Exactly. It kind of what?
What are you talking about?
I still hope that if the mechanic does die here, it's because he tried to hold all of the weapons. That'd be funny.
that scenario is so funny.
He pulls the Samukai with his Doc Ock arms.
He just runs up oh, we taking that, and just explodes.
I think
that would be epic.
Yeah, or he just runs off again after the Overlord comes back, in season 12.
That's why Mr. F ends up with the shurikens, because the mechanic it implodes before that.
By the way,
that makes so much sense.
That shot in the trailer where they throw the weapons at Lloyd and then they super combine under him goes so raw.
Yeah, that's so cool.
God, the weapons are so good. I love how the Overlord's trying to screw up the balance so much. He's going to take the literal weapons of creation and just turn them into destruction.
I honestly don't see how the ninja could even beat the Overlord this time around. He literally has every single base covered. He has the old villains check. He already has thorough control of the city because he controls pretty much every single criminal organization at this point. He has control of all the villains. He has control of the golden weapons. You know how he has 4 golden arms on the minifigures? On the minifigure.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if at some point he just kind of does the golden armor idea again and just forges him into a weapon per arm or something.
Got the golden ribs too, right?
True, yeah. I feel like he might give the weapons to the villains for a bit and then take them for himself. Maybe he'll like do like a Nanakan and just like try kill all of them or something.
I guess that's why they have to use like Oni power to get rid of him, to just mess up the balance even more.
To be fair, that's like kind of always been the case. Like say in the Oni and the Dragon thing, they realized that if they could get the first Spinjitzu Master on their side and then he uses like darkness against the Oni or like light against the dragons, he could probably like end the war.
When he chose not to.
Knowing the stuff that we know from the new trailer, Iron Baron was kind of right about the first Spinjitzu Master. If being like that is actually what can end the war, he kind of was just a coward.
No, yeah, like seriously, the first Fugitives Master just leaves one war to go join the Rogier war. How dare he?
I mean, like beforehand, it was like, yeah, Iron Baron, like he's wrong about the first Fugitsu Master. He's actually the GOAT. But if it was genuinely that simple to end the war, then like, I never thought I'd say this, but like Iron Baron was right.
But also, my theory at least is that the Overlord is just like their first Fugitsu Master and is half Oni, half Dragon, because I mean, just from a design perspective and from a lore perspective, I think that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, he has his dragon form in the Season 2 final battle.
Right, and then also, obviously, he looks very Oni-like with his current figure.
The thing about that, though, that I feel like a lot of people miss, is, like, that technically wasn't the Overlord. That was Garmadon's body, who is half-dragon.
Yeah, so, but I mean, even still, as the Crystal King, he looks like an Oni with the face of a dragon.
True. What really strikes me as, like, being dragon-like is, you know, his, like, armor piece, like, the arm extension one. That just looks like a dragon face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think it's half dragon.
I could see
that.
I
mean, I think because
the Oni couldn't handle the golden armor, but the Overlord.
What I have a cracked explanation for that too. So, you remember in what was the episode, The Fall, where they're getting out of World Power. Yeah, that one. They're getting out of World Power and they're using the golden armor. And then they use it on Omega, and the first time he's just completely unfazed by it. And Lloyd's like, it doesn't work as well on this one. And then they use it again, and it does. I wonder if like certain Oni have like more resistance to the armor, and the Overlord's like super cracked and just has like complete resistance.
I mean, yeah, Omega had ZX armor, like
yeah,
you can't hit him at that point.
Okay, that is the figure that uses the ZX armor the worst.
Yeah, actually, right. I don't know why he uses that.
I would argue that's the one that uses it the best because, like, I don't know, it's like
that's so out of place, though.
I don't have reasoning. I just don't hate it as much as the other times.
He should have used like anything else. It's weird.
Should have used the Golden Master armor, but in black. Would that even work? Actually, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, probably wouldn't fit the mold.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they could use really. They could maybe use, you know, the Praetorian Guard armor piece.
Yeah. They
could color that in black and use it for Omega. I think that would look quite good.
They could. I know, like, they use it for everything, but even just, like, Legacy Skullkin or Mr. E armor, I think, would have been better.
I feel like the thing with that is it'd just be too small.
I'd honestly blow my mind if they brought Legacy Izor into the show. He's in, like, every Legacy set. That'd be amazing.
I hate how that's our only Anachondroid cultist figure nowadays. That's so lame.
That's funny, because as a kid, I was so stoked when I finally got him, and now he's just in every Legacy set.
It's like you finally have wish that... but at what cost?
I get that, like, they only had the budget to do one, probably, but if you're only going to do one, do a generic one. Don't do, like, a named character.
Do Kapow and Chop. Or, like, what's the other guy? The main one.
Zugu.
Yeah, him.
Or Zugu.
How the hell do I remember the name Zugu?
I was about to say Zuku, that's not right. God, yeah. Well, I mean, what do you think's happening next year? Do you think it's core again, or?
I think we're like another core wave is like all but guaranteed. I don't see them dropping core that quickly.
My dream is a wave like Day of the Departed, where it's half core, half crystallized part 2.
That'd be so good. Yes. That would be so good. Give me the Fugitives neck.
I think because they never revisited the idea of doing second waves.
Yeah, because like the coolest thing about 2016 was that second Skybound wave where we got spoiler sets, and like every single one of those goes so hard. We have Julian's Lighthouse, Cryptarium Prison, like
Yeah, that wave is
imagining
genuinely
like
incredible.
even like 3 more crystallized sets that have more freedom and more characters. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what sets could they do?
I mean, they could do another Cryptarium. We haven't got one since that wave, and I think they could include some fun villains that way. But
I feel like Cryptarium would be better off as a legacy set.
it's true, yeah.
Like, I feel like you
I
could
think-
probably get away with doing like a legacy
I feel like-
DCC Cryptarium, like the city or something.
I feel like Legacy won't come back for another like 2 years at least.
I personally think Legacy's just like done. I don't.
No, I don't. I think they can come back to it at a later time. Just like if they want to remake another Kai bike or
Oh, true.
Legacy's there.
Yeah, no, I don't think Legacy's gone either. I think they just were catching up to modern time a little too quickly, so they put it on pause.
I hope so.
I also think maybe I think because now we have 3 Ninjago sub-themes. We have Show, Core, and Legacy. So I think maybe each year we might get 2 of the 3. This year we got Core and TV. Next year might be Core and Legacy, and then they bring back the TV show after that.
That could be interesting.
That would be kind of wild if they just put the TV show on a break for a full year, though. I don't think they've done that since like 2013.
They might. That could make sense because like.
To be fair, if they're like reinventing the franchise with like new characters, if that theory is to be believed, they'll probably need some more time with that.
I mean, yeah, Crystalized was in the works, like as of February this year.
Way more than usual, but also
Yeah.
if you're essentially like rebooting the IP, that requires a lot of work.
I still don't think they are because the Wild Brian listings are still the same show.
Well,
But like,
No,
changing everything doesn't mean that like you need to remove like Wild Brain or like the show name.
I suppose, yeah.
my theory is that either the original 4 are going or just Lloyd is going.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know which is more likely.
I feel like do you know what'd be funny? They just got rid of Nia. That'd be the funniest thing.
They just kill Nia again.
Yeah.
I think, funnily enough, I think she's the safest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. Like the way they're hyping it in the trailer as well, she's fine.
Yeah, one, if you hype up a character's death in a trailer, chances are they're fine. 2,
Also, like, could you imagine if her death is the end of 2 seasons in a row?
like they bring
That'd be
up,
slow.
it would kind of go really raw if they brought her back and then just did like, nope, not that easy, and then just killed her again.
And
But
not only that, it happens the exact same way. The only way to defeat the Crystal King is for her to go water mode again.
Man, I really
God,
hope
that's-
they don't bring back her powers. I hope they just stay gone.
Yeah, I agree.
She'll
I
get
think
her powers back, but they won't be as strong.
But like,
I kind of.
I feel like having her powers be gone and having the ninja be like imprisoned as a trade-off for bringing her back is like a pretty good way to like preserve the consequences.
It'd be great if they just kept it like this going forward. Just keep them as like they have to be sneaky. Just keep them as vigilantes.
Yeah. Also, having Nia be a ninja is kind of just like a bad business decision. Like not the, like I see the common thing I see floating around is because because she is a woman, but in reality it's because it's kind of hard to latch onto Nia. Like, you've got the red Ninjago, you've got the green Ninjago, you've got the blue Ninjago, black Ninjago, white Ninjago, etc. And then you have the silver Ninjago with a primary, secondary color of blue, and then also she's red sometimes, and then one time she was just completely red in Skybound, and it's like, how can kids latch onto this? What branding is there? Like, say,
Yeah.
as a kid, I immediately latched onto Kai because he was the red one. I don't see any kid doing that for Nia. I see literally zero kids thinking, "Oh my god, the silver and blue ninja! What the hell?"
Because she's not. Because they don't market her as the silver blue ninja. We got the red ninja, the blue ninja, and the girl ninja.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
They kind of just done like red ninja, blue ninja, Nia.
Which is I don't. You need to market her more than just her gender. Like,
Yeah, I don't think even girls don't care about
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when I go to Lego box and I'm about to buy it, but no, the ninja has eyelashes, I just put it back down.
my sister, when she was younger, she was a very big Nia fan. Like, she would get all the Nia sets.
Yeah.
So like all 2 of them.
Oh yeah. Well, no, this was like 2014 to 16ish. So there was a few.
Yeah,
She got like the bike set with Kai and Skybound. She got the J Dragon because I guess that's technically a Nia
all
set.
of Nia's sets when she became a ninja were just shared with other ninjas who are like way more recognizable.
To be fair, that's the fate Cole has now.
Well, I mean, at least Cole has being the black ninja going for him. Like, you can, like, easily distinguish him.
Yeah, but also sometimes he's orange, and sometimes he's got brown, sometimes he's got gray.
True, but black is, like, always, like, the constant.
Yeah, to be honest, Cole and Nia have it a bit rough. At least Zane just sticks with white and silver sometimes.
And blue.
Okay, right. I can see why Jay, Kai, and Lloyd are the most popular.
Yeah, it's very simple. They're just, you've got that blue one, you've got that green one, you've got that red Ninjago. Like, unironically, I feel like the red Ninjago memes from Ninjago Gang like a few years back are like pretty emblematic of why of why Nia is kind of like poorly branded, because like red Ninjago is just immediately recognizable.
Yeah. I mean, wait, what were we saying again?
Nia and Cole to an extent are kind of poorly branded in comparison to just having the selling power of being the red ninja.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Cole didn't get a single core set, and Nia got one, which is wild
Nia
to
got
me.
one shared with Jay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also Nia's part of that set was a little flyer on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she like had the advertising with all the ninja and holding something. Cole, they just didn't have anything for Cole.
God, that promo picture literally looks like something I'd see on the back of like a Lepin box.
Yeah, I think the year where I realized that Lego doesn't care about Nia is when they had the car she drove in the race in Prime Empire, and they just didn't include her in it.
Scott's car.
Yeah,
Scott's car.
they just didn't include her in it.
Scott Kai for 2 advisors. Nia, who's that?
It's literally her color scheme.
Yeah, that one was a bit wild. And she also only came in one set that wave.
Yeah.
While Jay was in like 5.
Yeah, but it's okay because Kai came in the Unigami Dragon, the mech, the Avatar, and the everything else. He was the first one to
Yeah,
die.
she was
Well,
Yeah, she also survived up until the very end.
She's
Yeah,
the second most important ninja of that season and has like no set rep for whatever reason.
I do also think a part of her not even coming as like a secondary figure in sets is because the gunmetal gray, the metallic pieces are more expensive for LEGO to produce, which is that's their fault for designing her like that. But
you could have just stuck
they're
with
like,
Maroon.
oh yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
But Maroon is so bad for her, though.
Yeah. No,
I think Gunmetal's better, but Maroon is damn good in my opinion. I really like Maroon.
It doesn't fit water though. I think the Azure that she uses now is good, but then also comes to the issue of having 2 blue ninja.
Gunmetal is neutral enough to where like I guess it's like no, because like I'm not thinking that Maroon should be like a primary, like say it was on Skybound Nia, because that minifigure is like really bad. But I think it should. I think if they were to bring back Maroon, it should be in like the status it was on like on Day of the Departed and like Legacy Nia, where it's like kind of just what Gunmetal is now.
Kind of ironic. My favorite Nia suit is her Skybound one, and I don't know why.
Wait, how do you hate like Maroon on Nia, and then that's your favorite Nia suit?
I don't know. I just love the blue, whatever that thing is on her torso. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I feel that's like her only primary black suit.
True. I feel like even just like giving her blue arms, that minifigure blue arms, makes it a lot better.
Yeah, I like Skybound Nia, but it feels so out of place with every other Nia suit.
Like what about this represents a water ninja?
Exactly, yeah.
Um,
I think there's promo art where she has silver instead of red, and that looks really cool.
There
I'm
is,
pretty sure it's
which
either
is really
silver or
weird.
blue. I can't remember which. I know it's one of them.
I think it's
No,
like
it's
a mix
silver.
of
There might
both.
even be both. Yeah, there might even be 2.
No, I've seen both before.
Right, so there is 2 arts. I'm not misremembering that.
Also, what was I gonna say? Do you think like the decision to have like Nia die in Seabound and then have her as Samurai X is like partially due to Lego? Like they just don't want to have her as a ninja anymore.
Yeah, I
They
can
just don't.
I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly.
I think it totally might be because like Nia like as a ninja doesn't sell too well.
As a samurai, she got a lot like more prominence. To be fair.
And like say Skylor
Yeah, that's
in
true.
Tournament of Elements was also pretty popular because she was the orange
Orange.
ninja. Instantly.
What is Skylor's character? What's her personality?
pretty friggin' cool.
She led Kai on that one time.
She was a plot device for 3 seasons.
I
just think Skylar's pretty epic.
Nowadays literally just show up, use her powers, and go away.
Yeah.
Say what you want
She
about
can't
Hands
hold
of
it.
Time, though. She was actually pretty good in Hands of Time, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, they actually
you
wrote her
fail to
into
consider
it.
though. I don't remember what happened in Hands of Time.
That is true. Just to catch you up, when Kai thinks Ray is evil, he goes to Skylar's noodle shop and asks, like, am I gonna turn evil? What do I do about my dad being evil? And that's like, and seeing as Skylor had like
That's
an
actually-
evil dad, that's actually a pretty clever use of her character, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty
like
cool.
uncharacteristically good for Hands of Time.
Yeah, I rewatched Hands of Time a few years ago, and Karloff popped up in one episode. I was like, I had no memory of this man being in this season.
He's like, Karloff is like Bigfoot. He's like a cryptid. He just appears every now
Well,
and
here's the thing: is post season 4, I remember being like, oh, they need to bring the Elemental Masters back. They were so cool. Why are they gone? But they technically appear in every
yeah.
until Hunted. They're in Skybound. One of them's in Hands of Time. No one's in
Possession,
SOG,
too.
but then they're in Hunted.
Skybound has 2, if you count Griffin Turner and not a cosplay.
Yeah.
They're also in Possession. Ronin visits Skylor at the end of Possession.
Oh, does he? Or does he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have any
really
friends.
Didn't leave the show until after season 9, which is funny.
Mine is literally on his way to say Skylar's great and then forget half the scene she's in.
No, I think Skylor has potential, like, in the second half.
Oh my God,
She's
that
just...
Possession scene with Ronin and Skylor is actually so good. It's genuinely so underappreciated.
What happens in that one again?
It's like after the ninja like already still hate him, and like my favorite line is when Ronin's like, "Oh yeah, I'm good at making friends, just not keeping them," and then Skylar's like, something. I kind of forget how it goes exactly, but Ronin basically.
Oh wait, no, yeah, oh yeah.
He can't just keep making friends and then like ripping them off. It kind of just like isn't sustainable.
And then he turns them into the police
And then,
next season.
yeah, and then like 2 episodes later, he arrests them all. I will never understand how people can say the island ruins Ronin's character, see Skybound, then go, so true.
Yeah, I think that's just been Ronin since Skybound, really. I hope Crystalized touches on it.
Such a faithful adaptation of Ronin, in my opinion. Like,
Oh,
he's like
Ronin's
a big
also just
meanie.
been really inconsistent overall.
As soon as the ninjas show up, he gets on like pretty friendly terms. Like their interactions in the island never really struck me as either hates each other. They're kind of just like like having like a friendly
That's what
chat
I
as they
think.
fight, and I think it's really awesome.
Yeah.
Like he didn't
Imagine
rip
how
off the
much
ninja.
Twitter would have lost their. Imagine how much Twitter would have lost their mind if Ronin was a part of the council.
Oh my God!
Imagine. Oh god.
I would have lost my mind too. To be fair, I would have hated that.
I kind of want to see the reaction to that, though.
By the way, Ronin's voice acting in that one Crystalized scene is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff is genuinely gonna come from that because Ronin looked very hurt by Lloyd's words.
I mean, like they were literally wrong as well. The guy literally. What I feel like everyone forgets when they say Ronin is selfish and puts money before his friends. The guy literally like not even metaphorically, just literally sacrificed all his money to help Lloyd.
Yeah, but also, yeah, he
I
did.
think that's
Yeah.
like the funniest thing. How he literally just dumps all of his money on Morrow.
It's just so
That's
weird.
genuinely so awesome.
Yeah,
Possession is a strange season.
I love Possession.
yeah. I was watching.
I like it for what it is, but people who act like it's like the greatest piece of Ninjago media ever, I think need to take a step back sometimes.
They need to
It's
rewatch
insane
it.
how the dynamic between season 5 and 6 has changed. It is literally like polar shifted. I remember back in the day, everyone was like, season 5 is the GOAT, season 6 is like pretty bad. And nowadays, it's like completely reversed. Like people just kind of treat season 5 as an afterthought. It's so strange.
Yeah,
I think
always
it's
been my
changing
opinion. I
again,
love
though.
6.
I think 6 is getting a bit less liked at the moment, or maybe that's just me.
I feel like 6 is getting a bit less liked just because of how overhyped it's been. Like season 6 is good, but like people are way too like nice to that season. I think.
Your server is not gonna like this, Crusty.
Oh yeah. No, I can already see the coping in the Ninjago channel. But like say everyone forgets how bad the prison plot was.
I thought the prison plot was fun, and that's all that matters.
Mind, when did you last watch season 6?
It's been about 3 years, but...
Yeah, when I last watched it, I was like, yeah, prison plot's awesome. I picked it up recently, like a few months ago, and I was like, wow, this is like genuinely terrible.
Oh, but it's like a fun type of... I don't know. It's a fun type of...
Soda's there, and he gets like a horn for a leg, and that's pretty awesome.
I mean, like... Yeah, I will give it this. It introduces the mechanic. So that's like... I kind of have to like it because of that.
I love how
Lloyd Soto after like 5 seasons was pretty awesome.
Yeah, seeing the pirate stuff kind of take center stage was...
I love how Soto is canonically in the knitting club in the prison. I think that's really great.
Went from fierce pirate captain to like the biggest wimp, and I think it's genuine.
And meanwhile, one of his old like people that we used to work for him is now like one of the Overlord pirates.
Oh my god, the mechanic is the goat. I could literally gush about him for hours. I'm starting to feel like I've become obsessed with this one guy. Like I feel like I could run like a Stan Twitter account just for this one dude.
I have since season 12. He was awesome after season 12. I think what sold him was the problem.
Since season 11, I've been like, hold up, this guy is kind of goated. Like when he got into his noodle truck of crime, that's actually what it's called in canon, and then started stealing stuff, I was like, oh my god, this guy is kind of awesome.
Yeah, I've heard that from him. No, they do, yeah.
We need the noodle truck set.
We do. What I think is really awesome.
It's also like
season 6
doubles as like a season 4.
Yeah, because like the noodle truck is just like one of the season 4 noodle trucks.
Yeah.
Also, like, I mean, what sold me on the mechanic was when he said Zane the Pain. I've not been the same since then.
I kind of love how in season 6 the mechanic voice actor kind of just like tries to be cool and edgy with the character. Like he's just like this really deep, like trying to be creepy voice, but that because like. The mechanic in like season 8's a different voice, but in season 11 onwards, it's actually the same voice as the season 6 guy. But they kind of just decided, rather than trying to make the mechanic cool, they kind of just decided to make him goofy. And I think that's the best thing they could have done with him.
Yeah.
Because he goes from sounding like a kind of like an edgy villain to like a 40-year-old Texan trucker. And it's
I think that's perfect for him. I think it's perfect.
I love that one line where it's like, it seems I'm late for a meeting with the Crystal King, and he's just so enthusiastic about like everything he does, and it's so cool.
I think the modern, like the Wild Brain Arrow seasons have done a really great job of balancing the goofiness with the like more serious stuff, because I feel like Will Film was very inconsistent, where like sometimes it would be incredibly goofy and kiddie, and other times it would be like way more dark, and it just like felt very juxtaposed. But with Wild Brain Arrow, like it's consistently a mixture. Like I'm like seeing Aspheera and Harumi in the same scene actually works, which is very impressive.
I mean, they had the funniest scene of the series. Yeah.
How they literally seamlessly transition the tone from the Among Us scene, which is like, unironically, even memes aside, one of the funniest scenes in the entire show. It's genuinely so well done.
Oh, for sure.
like how Aspheera looks at Lloyd for like 6 seconds and then turns to Vangelis and says, "It's you." It's really good.
I just love that Vangelis is like the butt of the group.
Yeah,
like he is the butt. He is the lamest one in that group.
He kind of lost his entire mojo when he lost the Skull of Hazardor.
I think that's great. That's really good.
He is the only villain, like, I'm not really excited that he is there. Like, he's a cool design, but that's about it. I don't really love his character.
His mask design is cool. I kind of just want to see him, like, get the tar beaten out of him, though. That scene where he chases Lloyd with the scythe goes really raw, though, in the trailer.
I like Vangelis. Like, I was happy to get him back, but, like, I think I love what they're doing with him, how he's just getting absolutely bullied by the rest of the council.
He's also, in my opinion, the least interesting part of Master of the Mountain, which, I mean, is okay, but it doesn't bode well for him as a villain.
I really disagree, to be honest. I think the Skull Sorcerer is a super underrated villain. Like,
really?
They kind of like, I really appreciate how he kind of just like slowly goes mask off over the course of the season. Like, pretty throughout it, he tries to like justify what he's doing by saying like, "Oh, it's Vivanya or whatever," and then his greed just gets to the point where he just throws her down the pit.
Yeah.
And then when Vanya comes back, he starts trying to justify again, saying, "No, this was for you and the city," and everyone's just like, "Yeah, you're capping." I think that's genuinely kind of awesome because he kind of has like a level of depth, but also isn't like one of those like he's like a sympathetic and understandable and like you feel bad for him character. Like he's a dick.
Yeah. I just think it's funny that this guy that enslaved 2 races is canonically less powerful than this cyberborg guy that owns a noodle
The
truck.
mechanic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just with Master Mountain, I feel like the Gekko and Mutt storyline and the whole like Cole discovering his element and learning more about his mother's storyline just are a million times more interesting. So whenever the Skull Sorcerer stuff happens, it's just more like I see the Skull Sorcerer as more of a way to justify the other 2 storylines.
Yeah.
I like that he's like
the duality kind of thing they have going of like the Skull Sorcerer's 2 fronts, like in terms of like Shintaro and the mines and like his actual character. Like say Shintaro, like the 2 locations are like very clearly like based off of like heaven and hell, and I think that's so cool. That's like genuinely so awesome. I really like.
I just like that he's like. I like also, that he's everything that Cole is supposed to stand up to.
Also, talking about predictable reveals earlier, the reveal that Vangelis is the Skull Sorcerer is unironically one of the most surprising reveals they've ever done. Like, I was genuinely floored when they revealed that.
Yeah, if they didn't reveal it in the description, I wouldn't have known.
Wait, did they? I don't remember them doing that in the description.
Yeah, they did. Only a few of us saw it though.
What I love about it is they don't really build it up at all. They kind of just throw it out of nowhere and be like, Vangelis is the Skull Sorcerer, and they throw Cole down the pit, and Vangelis is jumping down. Not Vangelis,
I find it funny how he found like the place to reveal it in because Cole was being an idiot. It was like this evil red skull.
Are you sure? That line goes so hard, and you're certain it wasn't green.
But like, they have one bit of build up, which is like a minute before the actual reveal, where he's like talking about Vengestone's shipments.
That happened, but I didn't want noticing. Like when Wu says that.
Yeah. Do you think there can? I'm assuming Vanya is continuing the Vengestone operation because she doesn't know where it goes afterwards. But like they have to get money somehow. But I just don't think they're using slavery for it anymore.
I wonder if like pretty much everyone is going to be like even slightly angry at Shintaro after all this blows over.
Yeah,
like hey,
Vanya's gonna have
you're funding an indestructible Vengestone army designed to turn us all into zombies. Do you want to like explain that?
Vanya's gonna be like the economy's in shambles after this.
Vanya spends like 5 years in court.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about Crystalized is how the Vengestone army is an improvement on the Stone Warriors, but like in essence they are the same villains. Like that is like such a cool like subtle callback.
Yeah,
like it makes it because the Stone Warriors' only weakness was elemental powers, so now the Overlord built Stone Warriors like yeah. But I just like the fact that that plot line from 2012 is coming back now is so cool.
Like
this
like
is basically the final battle, but good.
The Overlord has all the bases covered. I genuinely don't see how they're going to pull through, but I guess we need to see that mysterious potted plant or insignificant.
Crusty, you're forgetting something.
What?
The shrinking pill.
Oh, true. The plant is actually a shrinking pill plant.
Exactly. God, that's so wild. Shrinking pills exist.
I love the Titanium Ninja, but I will never forgive it for introducing shrinking pills into the canon. I think that's completely ridiculous.
This is why Rebooted is bad.
No, Rebooted is a terrible season.
What's weird is
like I don't get how you.
Rebooted is like either really good or like really bad.
Like,
no, it's
really bad.
The first episode is so good.
I like it because nostalgia. Like the first episode, but like in that episode, Kai goes to space, which doesn't make any sense. But
I hated it as a kid. It's like literally solely because I was just mad that Zane died.
Kai very happily goes to space in season 3, and then 2 seasons later, he doesn't want to go like swim.
He has his priorities.
The real comparison you need to be making is when Kai turned to the Endless Sea, said he'd swim through the entire thing to get to the final battle in season 2, and then is suddenly afraid of water.
Yeah.
That's so funny. How like Ninjago's either really good at calling back to their like past or really bad. Because there's some like really good parallels sometimes, and also some really bad like inconsistencies.
What's genuinely so awesome is how season 11, because of retcons, you could argue was foreshadowed all the way back in season 1, where Zane has the dream where the Falcon says, "Wake up, Zane," and then that's like a huge thing in season 11.
Yeah.
You
Or,
can
also, doesn't Char's sarcophagus appear in like season 2?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's true actually. Also,
My favorite. Sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, I don't know what I was gonna say. There you go.
Okay. My favorite parallel is is in season 14, right? We're not calling it 15. Steambound is 14.
So true.
The whole that's how the cookie crumbles thing, that's what Cole says to Jay in season 2 when Nia gets turned by dark matter the first time.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the coolest, because I didn't even notice that, and then I was rewatching season 2 late last year, and I was like, holy crap, that is the coolest callback.
Yeah. That's like the main thing in Seabound as well. Like,
Yeah.
That like whatever that is.
God, I really
That's the
like
last
that.
thing Nia says to Jay before she hops on the water. She said, "Tell my mother that's how the cookie crumbles," and then she's out of there. It's so good.
Yeah.
And the next take I'm gonna spout that I know the Discord server won't like. Seabound is really awesome. I like Seabound.
Your Discord server doesn't like
Yeah,
Seabound?
my Discord server like almost passionately hates Seabound.
Okay, ban the entire thing. What?
Hear me out, all right? I like Seabound, but I think I prefer every other Wild Brain season. Even season 11.
Man, we need to get
Seabound-
like you and Angry Bird Star on like a podcast at some point to debate Seabound.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'll have to rewatch. I need to rewatch because I've only watched it once. But Seabound is likely, like, it might be my favorite season before Crystalized.
I agree. Seabound is really good. I'm like the only person in my Discord server who still like passionately loves Seabound, who is like a regular person.
I like.
Also, not counting Crystalized, Nia's sacrifice is is the only scene that has ever made me cry in Ninjago. So
Zane's death made me cry when I was like 10.
What's really
but
strange, the first
it's rebooted.
Ninjago scene I ever cried at. I don't know if I've already told you this, mine, but do you want to guess?
I know this one.
I do not know. No, I don't know.
Do you want to take like a wild guess? I guarantee it will not be what you think.
Zane's sacrifice is the only thing I can think is like kind of sad, but I assume that's not it.
No, it is the end of the last of the Formlings.
Knew it.
Oh, okay.
That episode is so good.
Alright.
That episode is so underappreciated.
That doesn't surprise me. You're a season 11.
I am the
You're a big
season
season
11
11
guy.
person.
You're a season 11 fan. That's like a slur in some places.
Not the world's
Yeah.
biggest season 11 hater, but also I definitely do not agree with all your season 11 takes.
Season 11 will sell 1 million copies as soon as I get around to making that video in like 2027.
I'm just saying.
There's a lot of things I like about season 11, but I still maintain that the first 2 episodes are the worst episodes of Ninjago ever.
Well, okay. On the contrary, the episode at the junkyard, that's just the J. Cole Nia love triangle for the whole time.
Okay, well,
You could, if when I'm thinking of the worst episodes, I automatically don't count rebooted because that's like 8 of the episodes I already sorted.
hey, right, yeah, but even
Mike,
at the very
Mike.
least, that is furthering the main plot forward. This
Mike,
is just
you're
all
serious-
the ninja have regressed to being children again.
Mike, you're seriously telling me that wasted true potential is worse than the attack?
No, but the attack isn't funny but bad. Like, come on.
No, the attack's just... No, that's what's funny about the attack, is that it's not even funny bad. It's just genuinely so boring.
I don't remember if it's episode 1 or 2 of season 11, but remember when they go to Cryptarium and they're like, "Hey, Kilo, do an evil," and he's like, "I don't want to do an evil." They're like, "No, do an evil," and then they get home. They're like, "Why won't Kilo do an evil so we can stop him?"
And then he's helping them in
It's
Crystalized.
genuinely so funny.
Also, Crag is one of the worst things ever.
No.
Cannot
No,
stand it.
come on. Oh my god.
No,
Max,
no,
no,
no, wait,
hold on a
wait.
second. How did this happen?
Damn, I need
am the
to
world's
go
biggest
into my
crack hater.
videos folder and delete the MP4 for this podcast real quick.
But like, no, but Craig is awesome.
Crag is genuinely so
Crag
cool.
was like
I love Crag.
Crag is like Nimbus if you stretch Nimbus out across like 8
It's like,
episodes.
he's so goofy. He goes like, "Ugh," and he plays the arcade games. It's so cool.
He's goofy, like, if you have him for an episode, but it got annoying.
I think
very
they should have
quickly.
took him further. I remember me and Dan, when we watched season 11, we thoroughly wished that they took Crag with them and he just became like a mainstay. Like, you just see him every now and then in the background.
Imagine like
I don't think I'd be a LEGO fan anymore if that happened.
imagine if like and he's just involved in the show anymore, like the season 4 intro, but Crag is there as well.
Dude, Crag's Lament is genuinely such a good episode, by the way.
I agree. It's like my favorite season 11 episode.
That episode, like the scene at the end where he where he says goodbye to his ancestors is genuinely so good.
Oh my god, I actually have
good,
a question.
Just coming from Crag is just.
It's
I have a
think it's
question.
really awesome how such a goofy character can emote that well, though.
I have an important question in mind. What do you think of Kaiju Protocol?
I like Kaiju Protocol. I think it's fine.
Go.
I don't think it's anything revolutionary, but I'm all for filler episodes. I think it. I know Crusty will argue it's not a filler episode. I think it's the most fillery of what people call filler episodes.
Slowly pulls the MP4 out of the recycle bin.
To be fair though, I don't know how Pixel fighting the preeminent fits into Lloyd having to turn Zane back into.
Right, it should have been
I
episode 16.
Get that it does a little bit for Wu's story, but that's not very much.
I think it does a lot. I genuinely don't think Master of the Mountain would work at all if they didn't do Kaiju Protocol. Because
I mean, it's an episode about Pixel and the Preeminent. Wu is, like, not even the focus, and it's 11 minutes long. Like, yeah, I agree it adds to his story, but it's...
I don't know.
I feel like you could add the Wu part into the start of another episode.
No, I actually feel like it does fit, because the Preeminent is one of Wu's biggest mistakes, right? The Preeminent would have never been released if he didn't lead Moro on like that. So, and Season 11 is very much about Wu not being really able to atone for his mistakes, and like the ninja having to kind of pick up the slack for that. And Wu kind of goes from like feeling like he's superior to the ninja to like kind of feeling like he's inferior and having like an inferiority complex and being like, oh man, they're having to fix all my problems and I'm like completely useless.
Yeah.
And then that leads into Master of the Mountain. So I feel like we didn't really need the Preeminent, but I feel like I feel like making the argument that it's not relevant is kind of a bit off to me.
My thing is, it's Wu didn't go and fight the Preeminent. Pixel did. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yes, it does stuff for Wu's story, but Wu is not even the focus of that episode.
Exactly,
and that's
the point.
my.
It's like Wu's students are like dealing with like his own mistakes rather than like him being able to.
I think the episode would have been leaked better if it was just about Pixel and Wu trying to get
the slice of life episode with Wu and Pixel would have went way harder.
I think if they were trying to find all the Chima beavers and put them back in Chima, that'd be funny.
Oh,
that'd
that would definitely be so
fun. They've got a fetch quest they have to do.
Exactly. But yeah, I think like if you think season 11 is the worst season, you're a boring person.
You just hate
like, I mean, season 3 and season 2 is just, you know.
My opinion, season 11 is nowhere near my favorite, but it's all.
Yes, yeah, same
for me is. Go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything.
Season 11 for me is like bottom tier is like rebooted, then slightly better is Hands of Time, but not by much. And then I group 5, 11, and 2 together. I think they're all about the same level.
I'm gonna delete the podcast MP4 again.
No, I can see that.
Season 5 that's respectable, but season 2, you are doing season 11.
I would have put March of the only below those ones.
No.
March of the Only is just like going to be so obsolete after Crystalized, though. Like
that is true. Crystalized might make me like March of the Oni less, but I've grown to like March of the Oni more.
Garmadon is the only good part of that for me.
Yeah, he's like the main part.
Also, I like how it kind of does serve as a bookend to Masters of Spinjitzu. Yeah. Like they bring back a lot of old elements. Each character like has an arc in that special that they go through. Or not maybe not arc.
What does Zane go through?
Maybe not arc, but they each have something to do. It's not like no one is just sitting around, which I appreciate. Like they all have their own purpose.
To be fair, what does Zane do? I genuinely can't remember.
Okay.
Oh, Zane's in the season.
Oh wait, no, Zane does have to like say goodbye to Pixel at one point, doesn't he?
For 10 minutes, yeah. That's very that Zane poster goes so hard.
Hey, here, theory about the Zane poster, okay? It says, one ninja must, what does it, leave his love behind or something?
Yeah.
Woman
Yeah,
just let go of
but
love
he
itself.
doesn't really leave Pixel behind. They kind of agree that they're going to come back for her.
Yeah.
He does leave Cole behind, though.
Oh.
They should have done something with Zane just freaking out over like seeing the golden armor again. Like that thing that killed him.
Oh, hey, that thing exploded me into a million pieces. Cool.
And then maybe tie that into like Zane realizing how much his death impacted them, and then like, you know, Cole's death, whatever.
Yeah, but that would require referencing Rebooted, which I'm okay that they didn't.
You're right, actually. I'm just saying the golden weapons being in Crystalized means that wrong place, wrong time is important again.
Mine
So that's a
realizes that
Crystalized.
every single Ninjago episode after Rebooted is a rebooted reference because he didn't have the old design anymore.
Except for that one episode where they did.
Oh yeah, what's it? The Hands of Time one.
Lost of Time. That was so random.
That was that was such a raw scene. Now they look back and Zane.
But no, it doesn't make any sense. I don't get how the time change. I don't get. Well, Lloyd and Jay should be dead first of all, and I don't get how Zane would be dead.
No, what really doesn't make sense is the fact that like that was like a different thing. Why is Zane reversing into that? Those are two separate things.
Yeah, like, Zane should just not be there at all.
That doesn't make sense. But the idea that like, oh, why isn't like each and every one like a younger and older? It's like, I don't know. I don't really care. It's cool. It's a cool moment.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, what do you think of humans?
Hands of Time is such a mess.
True.
Hands of Time is wild.
Do you remember?
Like, I genuinely.
I think it's like I defended the Lloyd story in that season for so long, right? And then someone pointed out to me, hey, and like 10 episodes ago, they were all saying, that's why Lloyd's the leader. Lloyd is the only leader.
No, I think that like Lloyd's season 5 to 7 story would be awesome if it was reversed.
Yeah.
Like, season 7 is where he's trying to figure it out, season 6 is when he's getting better at it, and season 5 is when he actually has to take it up.
Yeah, it's literally a reverse character arc. It's so weird.
Yeah. Remember when he got Garmadon's robes at the end of 5, and then like we never really saw that again?
That was awesome.
He got him for like 1 minute and just like threw him in the bin. Or
I mean, that was a powerful scene.
Oh, that is an amazing scene. But what is Garmadon? How did they do that?
It's so It's so funny. I mean, to be fair, Cube, this is the same
undressed
show.
his father in the middle of a fight.
To be fair, Cube, this is the same show where Wu dresses up the ninja by doing spinjitzu next to them. I feel like this is something everyone forgets. But like, I'm just imagining like the horrific image of Garmadon just sitting in the cursed realm naked and waiting to die.
And then
he does die. That is actually how he dies.
He
Chen's
dies naked.
Chen's last moments are seeing Garmadon naked. That's not great.
That poor guy.
Poor guy. Imagine Chen like seeing this all happen in the afterlife. It's like seeing this guy that used to work for him be part of the Overlord Council. He must be so mad right now.
I think he's probably proud of the mechanic. I was thinking this the other day, and I think Chen's probably proud of the mechanic. Because all Chen ever wanted was just kind of to be a dick and cause chaos. And the mechanic is very much living out that legacy for him. He's being a goofy asshole who just goes around like breaking stuff and like starting fights with people.
Klaus is dead now, right? We can accept that. Like, he's faded away by now. We can accept that, right?
Probably.
He's gonna come back.
Yeah, he's the Skull Sorcerer. Oh god, yeah, like imagine, like they couldn't get the real Skull Sorcerer.
Videos, like speculating about the Skull Sorcerer, and he always uses the name Klaus, so it's like Klaus's plan revealed and stuff.
God,
remember when Albrecht Studios got access to the Master of the Mountain episodes? Like, he was the one posting the first uploads of them on YouTube, and he uploaded the finale before like the 3 episodes before it.
Wait, that was him?
Yes.
Remember when he uploaded?
Wait! I always thought the episode coming out last was like Lego Incompetence. Was that Al?
That was Al. No, he got all those episodes dropped at once. He dropped the finale first.
Bro, that is genuinely worthy of a third rant. What the hell?
I mean, I think he made up for it when he uploaded the 3rd episode of The Island with the Albrecht Studios as a scammer. God, that's so
Or how
good.
about what he called Dan Ha on Twitter?
My favorite thing is he wanted to fight Crusty.
The funniest part about that is about 3 weeks before then, he made a video on his vlogs channel saying that being gay isn't... I'm not going to say it because I don't want it taken out of context, but, like, he made a video basically disavowing homosexuality. 3 weeks later, he goes on Twitter and firsts over Dan. Like, bro,
I like
bro is projecting so much.
Joker art, honestly.
That is my favorite Al tweet. It's just...
What you
we're
kinda
just
hot,
like...
though. And then Dan just replied by saying, dog.
You also, like... Isn't Al aware of Dan's feelings on him? Like...
Yeah, I don't think he's, like, a fan.
So epic. It's so epic.
God, yeah.
Mine, have you seen that video, by the way?
A video.
The Albrecht Studios Crusty rant response.
No, I have not.
I'm gonna send it to you.
To be honest,
it's so funny. He spends like half the video just like eating this like banana, like disavows homosexuality, and ends the video by doing like a Joker laugh into the camera. The guy's genuinely went unhinged. It's so funny.
I mean, to be fair, there's nothing
I've
else you
actually
can
watched
do.
is his Lego YouTuber impressions.
I remember.
Do you remember? Do you remember when he like his first content was just him reacting to season 8, and it's like, oh, this guy seems, fine. And then like a few months later, he just scams children.
No,
Yeah.
no, he's literally his first entrance to the community. The way he initially got big was by doing a fake giveaway. I don't know if you remember, Mike, it was on Instagram. I think he was giving away Ninjago City. He said because like his uncle could get it for free from the Lego factory. I forget that he literally entered the community by saying my uncle works at Lego.
Okay, yeah, you said that, but what if he's right?
What if his uncle actually...
Right, yeah.
Imagine. He actually works at Lego.
Selling
So.
people the season 11 minifigures and then only selling them half of them is like genuinely like a Grunkle Stan type move.
Lloyd is in 3 season 11 sets, and none of them have the full Lloyd. Like, you have to get, like, one has his hair, one has the actual mask, one has his Forbidden Spinjitzu hood. Like, there's no... You can't get all three... What? Like,
By the way, I have no idea what to title this podcast now, because I can't, like, in good faith say it's our Lego God Thoughts.
I guess just do podcast with mind.
My mind hates Craig. To leave podcast.
No. Oh my god, Crusty, title this Ninjago Crystalized episode 13.
Oh, Ninjago Crystalized episode 13, full episode. The Brothers of Time, 22 minutes long. Hands of Time thumbnail.
Oh yeah, what's that video?
The actual video is literally just all of Woo's teas.
What?
It's literally just the compilation of... Okay, bear in mind. There's this upload called Ninjago Season 16 Crystalized, Episode 13, The Brothers of Time. And it's some low-quality Hands of Time screenshot of, like, Acronics. And it's, like, 22 minutes long. And the entire upload is literally just, like, the compilation of Woo's Teas Lego posted on their channel.
That's so epic.
It's like
gonna be better than...
If there's a single upload that represents, like, the Ninjago fandom, that's the one.
That's so epic.
God.
I think you should title this video Albrecht Studios Rant Final.
Yeah.
The end of Albrecht Studios... ...
Or the mind rant.
Bricks My Mind has the worst take ever. Ask to leave podcast.
That is actually a solid title.
So is that it, or are we doing more?
No, I just don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'm down to do more.
I mean, what else is there?
I mean, we could always go on about the mechanic for another 30 minutes.
It'd be funny if, like, 10 the next... Wait, what are you saying?
Something I wanted, because you mentioned Wrong Place, Wrong Time. That was my favorite show, my favorite episode as a kid, just because I love the time travel stuff.
Oh, same.
Just thinking about how much of the canon that one episode breaks. Like, the mechanic straight up would not exist. Like, straight up should not exist because of that episode.
Yeah, like...
The episode makes complete sense, right? Up until the very end. The episode is completely easy to follow, and then the last minute, they just throw it all in the rubbish and say, specifically Lloyd can't remember the events of Season 2. No one else, only Lloyd.
It's also weird because, like, So he goes back in time to make it so Kai doesn't become a ninja, so Lloyd can't be a ninja. When he does that, and Lloyd disappears from the painting, why is Kai still in the painting?
I didn't even think about that.
And why are they still posed in a way where they're supposed to be some fifth member that just didn't show up that day?
I was talking about this to Angry when I was like, "Oh yeah, the episode's actually quite good." And he's like, "Just no," it's just like, "No, it isn't." Like, you know what? You know the start how they're having like a big war between the ninja and the serpentine.
Yeah, like the three children.
The implication, since Wu's on the bounty, the implication is that after the ninja and Garmadon went through the portal, Wu, Nia, and the serpentine just stopped fighting and went home.
They also somehow got out of the sinking desert, which is,
they somehow got out the sinking desert, got on the bounty, and then Wu just went and sat and looked at the painting while, or the picture, while the serpentine are rapidly arming up, I assume.
That's so weird.
To be fair, that episode is kind of awesome, so it doesn't really matter.
True.
And the episode, I like it because of nostalgia, but like when you really think about any sort of logic in that episode, it's just,
it's kind of
like, yeah,
it's awful for canon, but it's so much fun.
It's so fun, yeah.
I think it would have been a way better episode.
Try simulate Garmadon's forearms is so cool.
I think it would be way better and more impactful if like it was during the time of like Wild Brain going back to the pilots. Yeah. That'd be way more impactful.
Yeah, they kind of just blew a lot of their cards way too early in season 2 because they figured it.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it's understandable because like there wasn't ever going to be a chance to do it again in there, right?
Only because like for the ninja, that's just like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Lloyd not remembering though is the. That was the like all they had to be is like, oh yeah, that's a different timeline now, so actually we're fine. But Lloyd not remembering is the dumbest thing.
I genuinely think Lloyd not remembering might be the single dumbest thing they've ever done in the entirety of Ninjago's canon. And this is the canon where Ray and Maya age down and they introduce shrinking pills.
And so how can people like Nia Scales remember? But Lloyd just doesn't.
It's everyone but Lloyd. It's literally everyone but Lloyd.
What did Lloyd have to do with
there's a line in Rebooted where Garmadon, when they go to get the golden weapons in space,
they all talk about it, and like Lloyd's just like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, and they're like, funny, you don't remember it. And Garmadon's like, "But I do."
It's specifically Lloyd for some reason.
But the last.
Why is it only
the last line in Wrong Place, Wrong Time summarizes it so well. Where Lloyd is just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just like whenever I watch Wrong Place, Wrong Time, I just feel so like confused.
Yeah, so Lost in Time does a better job at honestly, no. Ninjago should just never do time travel because they have done it like three times and
they can't do time travel. Whenever they've done it.
Okay, but it's so cool.
That's true. That's true, but they've messed it up whenever they've done it. Like
they've messed it up like 3 times.
I wholeheartedly believe that Decent Angular Studios' Splinter in Time from 2017 is genuinely like a leaps and bounds better time travel story than Hands of Time. Like, they really like Splinter in Time. Like I know I'm like DT shilling here, but like it really leans into the idea of like a time loop, and like why didn't they do that in the show? That would have been so fun.
Because that would require them David Shane.
Like what? Actually, I was gonna say, why does no one remember that the Iron Doom came to the past and started raiding the monastery? But then I remembered Wu, while he's going away from the dragon, yells at everyone from like at least like 6 something feet into the air to drink obscurity, and every single elemental master actually does it. Like. This would be the equivalent, right?
That's so epic, though.
This would be the equivalent of like having a UFO come down into New York City, right? The UFO is dealt with and goes away. No damage happens. And like, you know, like the Men in Black, how they go around just erasing everyone's memories.
Yeah, Will
like
Smith.
That, except Will Smith personally asks every single one of them to just erase their memories later, and expects every single one of them to actually do it.
And they did it.
That's epic, though.
That's funny.
Like
that is kind of awesome.
So
yeah, why did Hands of Time get such like banger premiere and ending scenes, and everything else sucks?
The first episode of Hands of Time is genuinely great.
The Hands of Time teaser is like the best
genuinely
teaser.
great. Everything leading up to it is
Like, I was watching
okay.
that episode, or like just specifically like because like there's this video compiling like all of like the Time Twin scenes, and I just watched the ones from episode 1 like on my birthday like a few days back, like in the bath, and that's just like, wow, Hands of Time is kind of awesome.
For like an episode, it's awesome. For an episode, it's awesome, and then it goes like.
Understand. Reaching adulthood is realizing that Hands of Time is actually goated.
See, I used to say that, but then everyone would always disagree with me. I remember I put like Hands of Time above Sons of Garmadon, and I called it like a war.
Oh my god!
Yeah, for a good reason.
Look, I mean, like, I mean, like, I know I have pretty unconventional takes, and as a result, I can kind of emphasize with a lot of people. But like, what the hell?
Well, you see, listen, okay, this was like I also had rebooted at number 5, and then a few months later, I was like, yeah, this is awful. That's why I put it at the bottom.
At some point in like early 2020, Cube just became based.
Yeah, I was.
Whenever someone posts their tier list on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, immediately I look for SOG and I look for Rebooted, and if Rebooted is higher than SOG, I stop looking because I'm like, I don't care.
I do that, but with season 11. Like, if I go on there and season 11 is above either season 2, season 7, or season 3, I just kind of go like, what? Sorry, I can't hear you. Scrolling.
I hate everyone's tier list because I do that with Prime Empire, and it's always never above the bottom 2.
I mean, like, I hate everyone's tier list because they don't agree with me, and I think that's really cringe.
I mean, my opinion is the objectively correct one, and anyone who disagrees is just wrong.
We should make a tier.
I think mine is actually the correct opinion, to be honest.
Crusty, we should like for one podcast get like 4 or 5 people. We all have to try and collectively make a tier list.
We need to get people who like just like completely disagree with each other. Like say Mind who loves Seabound and Angry who really doesn't like it.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, idea. We get a bunch of people on Twitter to make their own tier lists, and then we make a tier list.
We need to do that actually.
That is actually so awesome. I want to do that.
So automatically, anything that puts Rebooted above the bottom 2 tiers is automatically at the bottom. Yeah.
Anything with season 11 and F tier gets like deleted and like silently. We don't talk about it.
Wait, my serious question. What do you think of Master of the Mountain?
Okay, I haven't watched it since it initially aired, so I've never actually watched the episodes in order.
Oh my god.
But
Right. Okay. Well,
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Do you like remember? Like, sorry, I kind of interrupted, but do you remember like episodes like 11 to 14 at all? Because until I rewatched it the first time, because the airing like randomly skipped from 11 to 16 thanks to a certain someone, I just didn't remember those episodes at all for about like 6 something months, I think, until I watched them again. I was like, damn, these are really good, but I just like will never properly remember these because like I just didn't watch it in that order. So do you remember those episodes like at all?
Vaguely, they fought Griefbringer, right? Those were the Griefbringer episodes, right?
Yeah, like the one with the Earth Temple.
Yeah. Oh no, Earth Temple.
Never
That
Quit
one
is
hard.
so
That was
good,
really
and everyone underappreciates it because of the airing.
Masters Never Quit is like genuinely amazing.
Genuinely, yes. Such a good
It's literally Cole in the same position he was in at the beginning of the pilots, and Wu brings him up again.
Oh yeah, no.
But Master Mountain's probably my second favorite Wild Brain season.
It's my first overall.
Oh yeah, Seabound. I completely blanked out.
What? Yes.
No, I mean I was asking mine. Cube,
Sorry.
Actually, I was gonna say I know what yours is, but I genuinely don't know if it's Prime Empire or Master of the Mountain.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Master Prime Empire.
That kind of
is
reminds
like
me of the Crusty misconception, where everyone for the longest time thought season 11 was my favorite season.
It's funny because I actually prefer, like, despite me defending Prime Empire a lot and like me digging on Tournament, sometimes I have Tournament above Prime Empire. Also, like, I was rewatching Possession the other day, and like, I think I like it a bit more than Seabound now, which is gonna upset.
Oh my god, dude, you are gonna get ripped to shreds in the Discord for that. Like,
yeah,
I'm shaking my head right now.
you're literally gonna get like shot for that.
Yeah, but like, okay, Seabound, right? Episode 5 to 9, apart from Kalmar Squid Gaming, his father, what happens? Like, barely anything happens.
They go see the Keepers, and it's really awesome to see them again.
No,
it's awesome to see them again, but then like, it's great to see them again, but then like, I don't know, I Merlopians versus like Islanders fight would have been awesome. And then they realized that Clutch just juked them both. That'd be
I kind of
awesome.
prefer that, to be honest. Like, Nia's kind of right. Like, the Keepers would just get absolutely soloed by the Malopians, like, no question.
I mean, okay, let's say it right. Let's say that they got the real amulet in the end, and they put it in Shintaro. I don't think Kalmar would have been able to get
Kalmar
it.
would be genuinely screwed.
Yeah, there's no way he'd be
Like,
getting
the
that back.
island, he could pretty reliably ransack that. But Shintaro, he would have no chance. The guy has absolutely 0 air vehicles, and it's located on a mountain for a start, so he's already screwed in that sense. But let's assume, in a hypothetical situation, Kalmar could get, like, Gripe to make a bunch of, like, Squid Games, planes or something, right? If the Diabats didn't completely ransack all the planes and kill all the Malopians, the guards probably would. Not to mention, they have Chompy there, who can just, like, completely annihilate troops. Like,
They also have the Upley.
in the mines. And they have the Upley, yeah. And if they really need to, they can call the Ninja, although that would take quite a while for them to get there, so I don't know if that'd be the most reliable option. But I don't think it would ever even begin to get to that point.
I seriously want a gag.
They also have the entire Months and Geckos on their side, along with a giant, like, crowd of Minos. Kalmar would really be screwed.
Also the
Also still on the
Diabats.
Firestone mech.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no, that got screwed up.
That got Legoed. But like
Did it get destroyed? Or is
No,
it
it's
just
still
like
there. It's still there.
now?
It was just barely able to get out the mines, and then they made it look like the sets for like 2 seconds. That was like so weird.
It's still epic.
I mean, I think what was I saying? I would love if we ever go to Shintaro and Crystalized, I would love a gag of the guards still guarding the fake amulet for all this time. I think that'd be really great. Also, I like the thought of Cole coming back from his trip in Shintaro and just seeing Ninjago getting flooded.
Ransacked. He's like, oh god.
Yeah, because like he was gone there for what, 2 days?
Like, it's really funny when you imagine it, especially because Cole literally just dropped off the amulet. He comes back, like, really happy with himself. Oh yeah, we defeated Kalmar, we saved the day. And then Ninjago City is just flooded and everyone's dying. That's kind of really, really funny. He must have been
gosh.
so
I also
pissed.
appreciate that we got the whole fake amulet plot because that gave Kai and Cole something to do, and it would have been very disappointing if Kirby Mora's last season Cole didn't do very much.
Yeah. I also just really like the fake amulet plot. I like random plot.
And it's good either way, but we got good Cole action in Seabound, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
The fake amulet plot, which I know you and most of the Discord server have very choice words for.
Oh, the thing is, I kind of like it.
Your take on it. I actually don't know your take. I'm lying.
See, the only reason I think I like it a bit more simply on the basis we got a few episodes with just Cole and Kai, and also we got to see Shintaro. I think the amulet
Mine made a
swap
pretty good
would.
point about it, about how it's like a good opportunity to see more of Kirby's performance.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been awful if like his last performance he didn't even do anything the entire season.
I think his very last performance is so like
His
is so
last line
perfect.
is genuinely such a perfect send off for Kirby.
No, it is. It's genuinely like beautiful.
The idea that Kirby's last line of as Cole was comforting Jay at like Nia's funeral is genuinely so beautiful. I genuinely could not in a million years come up with a better way to send off the voice actor.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Andrew Francis is so good.
Yeah,
like it's
he sounds like Cole. Like there's a clear difference, but he also still very much sounds like Cole, and he's like the personality and everything. He does it perfectly.
Like what I really like also is, mind you're familiar with the Grunt library, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I like how they still use Kirby more as grunts.
Yes. Yeah, that's super cool because it's like he's still part of the character.
It's one, we get to keep a piece of Kirby's performance. Two, it's still the same voice in canon. Like it's not like Lloyd where his voice like fully changed. It's still like the same voice. It's just being done by a different guy like out of universe. So the fact that we still have pieces of that just makes it feel like way more natural, and I really like it. I remember the first time I heard Kirby's voice in the leaked core clips, and you know it starts with Cole going like, check it out, it's Master Wu. Like, genuinely, I watched that, right? I sat there for a second, I was like, oh yeah, that's a new voice. Like, I genuinely it just didn't click with me for a second that it was a different guy. Man, Andrew Francis genuinely could not have asked for a better Cole voice actor. Genuinely, guys knocking it out of the park.
No, I
Andrew
never actually
Francis.
watched the 4 clips all the way through.
I love Andrew Francis as Cole.
He's so good, right?
I like that he's not trying to make an imitation of Kirby's. He has like a different take for Cole. Like it sounds like Cole, but it doesn't sound like Kirby.
Because like if he just tried to like imitate like a dead guy, it would have been so lame. Because like
Yeah,
you can't imitate Kirby, you just can't.
yeah,
The guy's great.
play
And if you try to imitate him, it would just be like, oh, this is just like Kirby's performance, but worse. Like,
Yeah,
because Kirby is like such a good and unique voice, you can't just imitate him.
I think the thing that shocked me the most about Andrew Francis.
What I really like, he imitated Cole rather than Kirby, and that's absolutely that's like the best Cole they could have taken.
Exactly. He's playing Cole, he's not imitating Kirby.
Yeah,
Like, if he just imitated Kirby, it would have just been like such a lame and passionless performance.
What I'm shocked about though is that apart from one person I saw, there's been no like controversy over it, which surprises me.
The Ninjago fan base is kind of awful at this kind of thing, right? So it really surprised me to see that everyone, like almost everyone, came in regardless of even if they agreed with the decision, supported Andrew Francis, and I think that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Genuinely,
Remember when the recast?
The
recast was first announced.
I give the community a lot of crap, right? But good on you guys. That is genuinely a win on your parts. Good work.
The recast was first announced. I saw there was a few people upset, and one person was saying
back in August.
"Oh,
or back in
I think." Yeah,
because it was like announced on the Nickelodeon thing in August, and then like because like it was on some Nickelodeon interview in August, which no one recorded. But then like but all we knew is that Cole is getting a new voice, and then in like October we found out that Andrew Francis is voicing Cole, and he did the press release and all that.
Yeah. But there was someone who was upset back then. They were like, "Yeah, Lego clearly doesn't care about Kirby. They're only doing this for the money." And on note of what we were talking about earlier, this is actually the exact opposite. Because if they wanted money, getting rid of Cole would be great for the product. Because they don't make sense because they don't sell.
Literally,
also,
the only reason they kept Cole around, like in the press release, was because like if they don't, it would have been like it's just a total betrayal of like what Kirby did. Because like
and it's betrayal of who the character is in the show.
Imagine, right, spending like 10 years working to portray this character as like a soft and caring guy in your voice and everything, right? You then pass away, and then like your character like immediately ditches all of their friends and leaves them to grieve. How awful would that be?
Also, like I feel like
that would be just a complete spit in the face to Kirby.
I feel like the main thing that a lot of fans forget, and this is something they don't want to admit, but Kirby was not the only Cole. He was the English Cole. But like, think of all the other countries that would have been affected because the English voice actor died. You know?
There's also so many other Coles.
It's also not even the only English Cole, because we're like Ninjago is not like a standalone TV series. It has had a movie, it has had video games. And LEGO is building Ninjago into this big, long-term multimedia franchise. Yeah. So, Cole, like, in the ideal future, Ninjago becomes something like Marvel or DC, or Star Wars, where it's like this wide range of stuff that could be enjoyed across generations. So, the same voice actors aren't going to stick around forever. And while Kirby definitely built Cole into the Cole we know today, he was never the only Cole.
Yeah. Like
it's been a very long time since he's been the only Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Andrew Francis is a great Cole at the moment, and he's going to be awesome for like the final few episodes.
Andrew Francis is seriously killing it. I genuinely think his performance is fantastic, and
I'm happy that they had like a whole short dedicated to his debut.
Like I think giving him that short and like kind of just like reassuring people that don't worry, the core of this character, despite the new voice, is not going anywhere, was such a good call. It was genuinely like a perfect introduction for Francis. As much as I think the core shorts are like kind of like a mixed bag, that short is genuinely like one of the best Ninjago shorts like of all time.
Yeah. I also
the way Crystalized starts, and like Cole is the only character who is not like dealing with losing the very poorly. Like I know Zane is technically still part of the team too, but Zane's got his own issues going on. Like Cole is the one who gets everybody back together, and like if they had just gotten rid of the character, that would it would be such a betrayal. Because
that Cole and Crystalized is so good. I like how he's the opposite of what Lloyd is right now. How he's not the leader, but he's like has those qualities that's bringing everyone together. And Lloyd is the leader, but he's continuously
he's just completely failing as a leader. He doesn't,
and
at the minute he used to have it in him, but at the minute he just does not.
I think it would be awesome if the season ended with Lloyd just giving up the leadership role and trying to live like a life he was robbed of, and like Cole gets the role.
That would be so goated. I keep saying this, but I would seriously love if they gave Lloyd like a Steve Rogers-esque ending where he just goes off to the Netherrealm and chills with Akita for like forever. That'd be so sick. They would never do that in a million years, but it'd be so awesome.
I know you guys are a bit younger than me, so I don't know. Like, were you Ninjago fans back in 2011?
I was.
Cube was, but I technically was, right? I remember when the sets came out in 2011. See, I genuinely would have been, but Ninjago did not start airing in the UK until 2014.
I had to watch on YouTube.
Up until 2014, I genuinely had no idea there was a Ninjago show. I remember it was like a huge thing at my school. It was like, you know how toys would fall in and out of the meta, and like the toys that were in the meta was like the ones you had to have to play with everyone. I remember for like a while, like the original like Ninjago spinners was that toy. So in my infinite wisdom, I went out and got a normal set with no spinners for some reason. I'm very smart, but I had that set. I loved it. I was like, yeah, Ninjago's cool. They fight the skeletons, and then I kind of just like forgot about it for like 3 years. And then my sister comes downstairs like, yo, check out this show. I come downstairs, and Ninjago was showing on the TV. I was like, oh, I remember Ninjago. Where are the skeletons? where are the skeleton guys? And then I got really into it.
I got into it. Yeah, what are you saying?
Sorry, you go ahead first.
I got into it because in the last day of school in 2011, they gave out a Kai polybag, and I played with it. And I also got the DS game that came with the Pilots DVD. So yeah. That was nice.
So the reason I ask is because back in 2011, like I literally got it. I pre-ordered the original spinners back in 2011. Back in 2010, I pre-ordered the spinners. Like for a whole, Ninjago was my thing for all of 2011, but the only content we had was the pilots. So it was a lot of like making up your own stuff. Yeah. And then they also had like the visual dictionary that came out, and they used to have these I guess like Scholastic or whatever made little books, one for each ninja.
Yeah. Oh, I had those. I had those.
And I don't think it was ever really shown in the show, but back in the 2011 like official lore and like on the website and everything, Cole was the leader of the team.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that was the main thing. That was the main part of Cole's story.
He was the leader until Lloyd took over in like season 2, 3-ish.
Right, but I don't think they ever really show that in the show. They're more all kind of on par with each other in the show.
I think they definitely do at points.
I think they show that greatly in the pilots.
An example, but yeah, in the pilots they definitely do that. Cole's the one like
I think.
And stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah, like
my mate season 1 as well, but
they show it in the first few episodes where the ninja are arguing about the green ninja, and then Cole's like, guys, shut up.
Calm down. Yeah. To be fair.
Yeah,
I guess though in the show it's more framed as an unofficial role, while in the external media,
yeah, but
it's a lot more defined.
No matter what the show frames, you ask a random fan on Twitter who was the leader, and they're gonna say, "Oh, Kai."
Even though season 5 like went out of its way to say that Kai is a god awful leader and he should never be in a position. Like what I don't get right is people like, oh my god, Kai is too much of a comic relief character nowadays. But they're forgetting when Kai haggled with Ronin to pay more money. Ronin was like 30 and Kai was like 40.
This is the part I don't like about season 5 is the whole like leader story. How the only reason why Zane couldn't be a leader is because something went wrong and they didn't really feel like fixing him.
Yeah.
Like that is my least favorite part. Maybe not my least, but one of my least favorite parts is how Zane just turns into like pirate voice for 3 episodes.
No, that's so funny.
They're like, oh, well,
so funny.
I think season 5 is the season that
but then it continues.
I think season 5 is the season that really just relegated Zane to just the smart robot of the team, and he didn't get out of that for a good few seasons.
Yeah, I think Crystalized is the best Zane has been in a very long time.
I think he was great in
Season
Master of the
11
Mountain.
did wonders for making Zane not too one-dimensional anymore. Crystalized really has opened him up, though. Zane has not had character development this good since Season 4. By the way, I want to drop a take on you. I know you're a big fan of how they handle character development in Prime Empire, with the ninja informing the side characters' development, rather than them developing. But Benefit of Grief is like that idea, but actually good.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
because while on paper it's good, I feel like the side characters' development should still like inform the main ninja's arcs in some way, and I feel like Benefit of Grief does that so well with like Zane reactivating his emotions.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think if I had to say anything that I would have changed about that episode is I would have replaced Kai with Cole, because Sally runs away from home and Cole kind of did the same thing.
Okay, right. I agree, but Kai and Zane are a funny duo.
Oh, Kai and Zane are like the best duo. I like that Kai is canonically the only like Zane
bounce off of each other.
Yeah, like Zane is a really nice character who will treat everyone with respect, but with Kai he will just consistently bully him and be like a brat too. Like, you know, in season 8 where Kai's like, careful Zane, and then Zane goes off about Kai doubting his like flying skills.
Are you really doubting the flying skills of a computer?
Yeah.
God, I love Zane.
Zane is awesome.
He's my least favorite.
I
love him.
My
but like,
favorite because on his original spinner, he had the shurikens on top of a staff, and I thought it was a mace, and I thought, a mace? That's such a cool weapon. And then I got the set, and I'm like, oh, shurikens, that's so much cooler.
Yeah, but I mean, I like Zane a lot. It's just, and I like him a lot more because of Crystalized. It's just that for like, 5 straight years in a row, there was no reason to care about him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like he's under, because he also,
the character development
easily
in the
has
original 4 seasons was so strong that I think he still stands as one of the better ninjas.
Right.
Yeah,
he has one of the best arcs in early Ninjago, while the other characters were underutilized. Like, season 1 could be I could see an argument for calling season 1 a Zane season, because he has multiple episodes just about him.
Yeah, like you have Home, and then you have the Vision, and then the truth. So everything. Home is better than TikTok in my opinion. I think Home focuses more on the character of Zane and how he's an outsider more, and TikTok is more so just the reveal.
Yeah.
I mean, like, TikTok for me is really dragged down by the scene where Zane drops on his knees and goes, "No! No!"
I don't know, that's epic.
I
was homesick from school that day, and I watched that episode, and I remember just, like, feeling my entire world shaken up by it.
The scene,
the cut commercial break after.
The scene is just like, oh my god, why did you do this of all things?
That was the magic of watching season 1 back then, is because Ninjago was very new, so like not like now where we can expect most of stuff to happen. Season 1 it was just very like new. You didn't know what the next episode was going to be, basically. Like
also the no scene makes for great memes. So
true.
Yeah, I think like in a show that has really predictable plot twists, Zane being a robot is like one of the twists that one of the best twists I've seen in any show.
Keep in mind, Zane being a robot is kind of so unexpected because it makes absolutely zero sense, but like we kind of just like ignore that.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, how does this guy go to the bathroom?
How does he eat? How did he go? How did he not go to the bathroom for 40 years and not once notice? Why don't I ever need to go to the bathroom?
I mean, he's 40 years old, but he only had memories of like the past 6 months, right?
He only had probably like a year at most. I think that's a fair point.
Well, actually, hold on. I get that the Zane flashback in season 8 really messes up the timeline even more. Because Dr. Julian isn't at his old state yet. He's the one before that, but Wu is in his old state.
No, but like
Wu's
aging is weird because of the golden weapons. Like as soon as they were ridden of Zane's Wu started aging like way quicker.
I think they should just fix Battle Between Brothers by just animating it with Wild Brain and have Wu just have his adult hunted design, like the one in the books at the moment.
Yeah, I would be inclined to agree with that.
Battle between brothers.
By the way, Battle
bad.
Between Brothers is still one of the best. Oh my god.
No, I'm sorry, but like, because like the ultimate battle that decides Garmadon being sent to the underworld is he hits the wall, gets flung backwards, he drops the weapons down, and then he falls into the underworld.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, it's so awesome when we was like, put those weapons down, and Garmadon's like this, and he just smashes them on the floor and like sends them flying. That's so cool.
I still prefer the crunch and knuckle shot.
By the way, put those weapons down. It's such a funny line.
Yeah, I like if Garmadon comes in, it's just like I believe those weapons are for display only. I just think that would go so hard in Crystalized. Oh god. Oh, also, wait, quick question. What do we think of two-armed Garmadon in Crystalized? Awesome. I think it's his best look.
Awesome.
I don't like four-armed Garmadon.
I think the only Garmadon minifigure, I said this in like my review of them when the pictures leaked, but like that is like genuinely like a masterpiece of a figure. The fact, because Garmadon has had a very set in stone design for 11 years now, right? Like even the movie didn't change it, and the movie changed everything, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that they managed to completely redesign Garmadon's torso and legs, and it still unequivocally feels like a Garmadon torso and legs, is so impressive. They managed to incorporate like elements from all the designs. Like there's even little pieces from like the movie forearm piece, like the little gray bands with like the gray dots on them. It's such a good design. I love that minifigure. I need to get it.
My only criticism is, or maybe not, just curiosity, is the fact that when he is not in his Oni form, he has his helmet back, which kind of contradicts the comic, at least as of what we've read.
Oh, shoot, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. Maybe he gets it back.
Yeah, but like, wasn't him giving up his helmet like a big thing?
It was a big thing, but maybe him getting it back's an even bigger thing. What if the end is like some like really hard scene where like he picks up the helmet back on, puts it back on or something?
Yeah.
That could go wrong.
Oh, but imagine this Garmadon with the hair. I don't know, that would go hard.
Yeah, true. That's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, imagine this guy with like Unagami's hair.
So the wings are so cool.
Yeah, I'm sad that we don't have that part in the set. Like, you know,
to be fair, the wings are so easy to recreate.
They are, yeah. But as someone that
does Garmadon in the sets have any, like the only Garmadon have any armor again?
Yeah, he's got the Legacy Skulkin armor.
So yeah, you could literally just take like the Skull Sorcerer's wing piece off, put that on there, and you'd have those wings.
Yeah, I'm just more worried. I'm just saying that I don't have the other arms.
Oh, true. That is actually my one complaint: the fact that we don't have the second forearm piece.
Yeah, and I don't like. They could have very easily included that, and you could just take it off when you want him to be two-armed.
Good on Garmadon for finally patching up his open chest wound, though.
Yeah, good on him. Also, I
put off fixing the giant hole in his body that reveals his skeleton and blood for like months. It's like, oh, I'll do it later. It's not a big deal.
I'm kind of sad this means we'll never get a Garma Goat season 10 only Garmadon mask.
True.
Okay, but this is so much better.
we should get Ninjago prints. Like, we should get Luma to do one of those.
Exactly, yeah.
So it'll be the first custom print to sell 0 copies.
-1. Someone just returns it.
It'd be so easy though. Just like get the Omega's mask and just like get like a PNG of Garmadon's face and just like stretch it across. Bam, you're done.
Easy. Didn't someone do that with Lloyd's face?
Though, because the masks are so like they're not flat, they're rounded. Yeah.
Do you know the edit of like Lloyd's face on the Oni mask?
Take it from someone who will literally, who will unironically defend the Garmadon only design in season 10. That design sucks, and I'm so glad it's gone.
It works in season 10.
The thing about that design, right? Mind, why is that design bad?
No, I don't hate it. I think it's fine for the purpose of that season, but now seeing what it can be in Crystalized, it would have been better if this was it all along.
Okay, damn it, I agree with you exactly. Crap. Cube, why is Garmadon's only design bad?
It is bad because it's supposed to be bad because Garmadon's trying to be an Oni when that's just really not what he's supposed to be. You just completely
stole my thunder. I'm going to... But yeah, like, the entire point is that he looks like some crappy imitation of the Omega. That was the point I was going to make.
Why are the
Like,
only
oh my
staff
god, this is such a better design. Like, it's unreal.
go so hard?
Like literally, all he needed was like some cheekbones and some eyebrows, but
Yeah,
like
and
just
it looks so good.
copy pasting the other. It looks strange. It does look
Yeah,
strange,
it's
but I don't hate it
I
because
love-
also the like, a story perspective, him turning into his Oni form is really cool. Like.
Yeah. I really
I
love
can't
that
wait to see-
tweet I made, where I put like the two pictures next to each other and said, "A toothpick changes everything."
I mean, I can't wait to see not Oni's, Lloyd's Oni form in the show.
Yeah, because we still haven't seen the actual mask yet.
Yeah. Also,
I think that'll be like. I think
Can
that's going to be
it's-
episode 29 to 30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I-
it'll be like in the. I feel like they're gonna frame the last 6 episodes as the finale, like how they did with Seabound.
that would be perfect. Like, all right, the first 12 episodes are one batch. The next 12 episodes are the next batch,
And then they
and
do
then
like
the
a big
final
finale event or
6.
something.
Yeah, final 6 episodes are like would be awesome. Also, I
haven't even
100%.
heard of that.
I 100% believe that the second part is coming out July 15th because like it lines up with the same release cycle as part 1 and
Yeah.
on Netflix. Like,
No, I totally agree.
yeah, it's July 15th, so yeah, that's pretty much when everything's gonna drop. I guarantee.
I'm not gonna.
I might
I'm
just
not-
like.
I'm honestly not gonna make a video discussing that though, because I don't want to make a second episode 13 release date revealed video and be wrong again.
Yeah, but it's like it's so like you start off with revealing the poster, and then you reveal the trailer, and then you have.
Cube. To be fair, you said that no, it's definitely coming out on June 14th for the first time, and now I have Discord Nitro.
Yeah, but hold on. Oh shoot! Wait, no. Wait.
You've already done the no, trust me, I'm right, guys bit, and that the last time it ended up with you using a Discord Nitro bet to 2 people.
Yeah, you have a point.
I think it's going to be like Ice Chapter in the US, and it's not going to finish until February 2023.
If it was like the normal Ice Chapter schedule, like where it doesn't even finish until October, I would genuinely love that. I love season 11's airing schedule is so good, minus the random month-long gap between Last of Formlings and My Enemy, My Friend.
No, in the US,
It didn't end until
we
like,
did not.
February, right?
Yeah, no, like Prime Empire had aired in other countries before we finished Super Through and
I'm telling you,
Spijitzu.
man.
Wait, do you want to?
I'm telling you, man. That's absolute child's play. The UK didn't even start airing season 11 until February. And I remember I want you to guess when, and don't guess if you know. When did the UK start airing Prime Empire?
I was about to say this.
Did they ever air it?
They did. When did they air it?
But when?
When did they air it though?
Okay, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say September.
September 2020?
Huh?
2020?
Yes.
Oh, no. It aired in September 2021. I remember
So what,
in late
did-
August, I saw like a Cartoon Network schedules post saying Prime Empire coming soon to Cartoon Network UK. And I was like, it isn't already?
Also,
have you guys gotten Seabound or Master of the Mountain
We've
or
had
anything?
Seabound and Master of the Mountain, but I don't know if Master of the Mountain ever aired in the UK. I know Seabound did. I remember that was airing like May 9th. That was when everyone thought
Crusty.
Crystalized was coming.
So,
But-
funny story about Master of the Mountain. Master of the Mountain did air in November, but they for some reason the YouTube channel was advertising Seabound on the channel in that time. Even though Master of the Mountain
dropped Nia performs the ultimate spin jitsu.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be cool. That was supposed to be cool.
Did they mix up the titles?
Yeah, so
Oh
they
my God.
they put Seabound clips during Master of the Mountain's airing.
Dude, I
So
am
that's-
so glad that LEGO ditched Cartoon Network. They are literally the most incompetent group.
For the US anyways, the UK has the ITV.
Right, Cartoon Network is literally like, you know, like the goofy cartoon characters who sleep with like giant like white gowns and hats and like wake up like in the night when there's a disturbance and light the candle or something and then like slip over on banana peels. That is literally like Cartoon Network is that of like channels. It's so like incompetent. It's so funny.
At least for Teen Titans Go though, I feel like that show's underappreciated when you need to see more of it.
True. God, I remember when regular show's finale came out. It was literally sandwiched between a Teen Titans Go marathon.
The thing is, right, I think Teen Titans Go would be like a lot more well liked if it just wasn't like 90% of the airing schedule.
Because
Yeah,
what a lot of angry like middle-aged men don't realize is that Teen Titans Go is actually a good and funny show.
It is funny at times. I like their gag with the Joker. Did you see that clip on Twitter?
Which I don't think I did. You'll have to.
The one of them impersonating different Joker actors, and then they get to the one for like Suicide Squad 2016. The guy just kicks them out.
That's goated. Man, I don't know. I see people like. I feel like a lot of people get like really mad at like a lot of like the early 2010s Cartoon Network shows, but they're like awesome. Like say Clarence and Uncle Grandpa are genuinely so based, and everyone hates them.
Grandpa goes hard.
Gumball is like
so good. People still don't properly appreciate that, but I'm glad Clarence is genuinely appreciated as the amazing show it is.
Gumball is like my favorite of all of them. Gumball is so funny.
So good. Did you know they're making another Gumball show? Like after the movie, after they make the movie, they genuinely have like another Gumball series planned.
Oh, that's great.
I think if any show should be like an evergreen show, Gumball should be the one. It is like so perfectly set up.
Teen Titans Go.
True.
but like, I don't know what clip I saw on Twitter, but it was like one of the guys, and he was like, he goes to like, oh wait, I forget it. I'll try and remember it later. Oh, it's so funny though. But yeah, Teen Titans Go is like the new Ninjago.
I can't.
Imagine if after Crystalized we get like a Teen Titans Go style reboot for Ninjago where
Ninjago Go.
I guarantee if they did that, they'd use the core art direction and have the snakes be like a reoccurring baddie or something. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. I know it in my.
Okay, hot take. Hot take. If that was the only content we got next year, but like it was just a 1 year thing, I genuinely think I'd love that just to see like what it would be like.
Cobras.
And there's like a gag of Cole eating cake every episode. Like, remember when they did that for season 8?
The Cobras have poisoned the water supply. Like, okay, Commish, we'll be there as quick as we can, and they all like.
That would be like if every episode was season 11, episode 2.
Yeah, every episode was pressing for requests.
They tried to get into their own vehicles, and then like I don't know, like bust through the wall or something. There's bits kind of.
And then every episode has that typical stock transformation animation thingy. Oh like you know how Nexo Knights has that?
Oh my god, Nexo Knights.
Mine, what do you think of Nexo Knights, by the way? Isn't it like the best LEGO show?
I've seen the first episode and nothing else, but it was okay, I guess.
Mine,
it didn't interest me, so I never watched it anymore.
It's literally just worse Ninjago.
Yeah, well, it's like, what if Ninjago, but all the characters had one personality trait and that was it?
Knights. Genuinely, though, the first 2 seasons build up a final battle with an Overlord character, which just happens to have Mark Oliver voice acting. And then they do the the season 2 fake out Overlord death was done solely because the show's continuing, right? They had a 3rd season guaranteed, but tried to emulate that. Like they have like the Monstrox die, and then he comes back in season 3, episode 1, corrupts Jestro again, and just gets back to normal.
That's literally
yeah. At the end, at like season 4, season 3 area, they turned their one of their prominently blue themed characters into a grey version of themselves, hinting that definitely isn't just Titanium Zane or anything. And then season 5, if it were to be made, was a season where Monstrox would like go all green and ghosty and start possessing things. I'm not joking. Like it's like do you know that one animation, the Family Simp? You know how at the end where like Peter just starts pointing at stuff and he goes like, "Same family, same dog, same show." That's literally Nexo Knights versus Ninjago, like to a T.
That's why Chima is better. I'll still defend Chima every day.
I like when I watched Chima. It was a lot of fun.
I was in the perfect age range where I hated Chima because it replaced Ninjago. Because even though, like, from a toy perspective, we literally did not go a year without Ninjago, it was like a year and a half without show.
I still think 2013 was better than 2014, simply because 2014 had rebooted.
True. No, but 2014 brought Ninjago to the UK, and that was a big day for Crusty.
So I think I tried Chima and I just hated it, so then I blamed it for Ninjago ending. And then I never really gave it another chance. Oh, no, I gave it another chance years later. I was like 16 and I watched the first episode. I'm like, this is awful. And then I never watched anymore.
Damn.
Yeah,
Whenever
the
I
first few
watch
episodes
Chima,
were bad.
I genuinely quite like it. Like I've never watched beyond like episode 7, but I quite like what I watched of Chima.
I think
I
out
put
of
the
all,
banana on the crocodile tail, and I was out of there.
I have the first 2 episodes on DVD. One of my friends just randomly got bored and bought me the first 2 episodes of Chima on DVD for no reason.
It's awesome. Oh, that reminds me. Crusty, you'll be very upset about this. I lost my bootleg Hands of Time DVD.
What? Oh man. Cute. Okay, mine. This guy's Hands of Time DVD was so funny. It's like this like silver Panasonic DVD, right? With like written in Sharpie. Ninjago Season 7 Hands of Time Part 2. And the 2 was Roman numerals for some reason. There's probably still a picture of it somewhere, Cube. You need to like find a picture.
I'll send it later, yeah.
Important question: was it the HD episodes or was it the initial rips, which were like all that we had? For,
No,
like...
this was me recording like the Sky TV UK recording, so it's like 480p.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay, let's go.
Was it like a capture card, or was it like you hold up your iPad to the screen and recorded it?
It was like a VCR recording.
Oh my god, that's even
But, like,
worse.
Let's go.
That's it was.
No, that's worse than
funny.
holding up your phone to the screen.
Yeah, you know, like how like the season 3 finale aired, it was like that kid holding the camera at the TV while talking in the background.
Do you guys remember that is how we got Hands of Time initially? Like the original Hands of Time rips were terrible.
They were the French like.
We literally had it in
screens.
French for like 2 months or something.
They were the French screens, but when the English version came out, they got the high quality screen, but put like the camera recorded audio for it.
Oh no, I remember that. God, that sucked.
I don't know if I ever watched that first. I think because I always wait for the English versions. I don't watch in other languages. So I think I watched the camera quality footage and audio for Hands of Time.
That's awful. Yeah, I was lucky because UK for some reason aired it.
Wait, is that like actually viable as a Ninjago YouTuber? Because I always just figure it's kind of my job at this point, and if I don't get spoiled, some kid will probably come into my DMs and spoil it for me. Is it actually viable as a relatively big-sized Ninjago YouTuber to avoid spoilers?
So here's the thing: is I definitely because I didn't do YouTube at the time. Luckily, English has been first for the past few years. But I was definitely big on Instagram at the time, and like I would occasionally get spoilers in my feed, but. Like, I definitely did not go in completely blind to the season, but it's different when you just see a text that you can scroll past, or a screenshot that you can scroll past, paired to watching the entire thing and then just watching it again with subtitles you can understand.
But like, say, with the new Crystalized, like, French leaks, what happened with those for you? How did you handle those?
I mean, I saw some stuff about it on Twitter, but I never went and actually watched them.
That's fine.
I woke up and the Crusty server just showed me the drive of all of them. So yeah, I had no time to prepare.
I woke up, right? I saw a French version of some clip. I can't remember what. I'm pretty sure it might have been the one from episode 3. And I was like, oh, Crystalized's out. Okay. I'm like half asleep. I'm like, okay, that's not surprising. And then I get to the computer and I find out it's 1 minute clips from each episode. And I'm like, wow, that sucks. That's genuinely the worst way this could have happened.
I think pretty much the only things I knew before watching the episodes was like Nia comes back and Ninja Whip is in the season.
I mean, that's the big one. Isn't
it? The only 2 things I'd ever want to know about any season. Is Ninja Whip in it? Okay.
Is Ninja Whip in it? Yes. Keynote. Bro, I remember.
Imagine we see them like in the background fighting in the finale.
Oh my god, that'd be kind of cinema. I remember the memes when Ninja Whip and like that was announced to be in the season. Like, say my one when I just like screen capped a random Skulker and was like, "Yo, I'm in the season." Or like, say my one with Milton Dyer was really good.
I just did the Prime Empire cube.
Then one of my old Layer community friends, who like we're still buds, but he doesn't like stay up to date with stuff, thought I was being serious.
Oh god, but like. That's pretty awesome. But they didn't do anything about the ninja in court, so we have them to blame for them going to prison.
Yeah. Actually, the jury, they sentenced
thousands of people to the hands of the Overlord solely on the shoulders of Ninja Whip. Fun Ninjago.
Okay, but to be fair, the ninja were kind of wrong for what they did.
No, they totally were.
They absolutely were, yeah. Hold on a second. They're lucky to get like 5 years.
Is Ninja Whip on the wiki page now? On like a Ninjago
Oh,
wiki. He's technically
he has,
canon
like-
to the show. I need to check this right now. Hold on.
That's funny. If his wiki page is longer than Unagami's, that's really funny to me.
I need to see if like Jan and Whip are like canon.
It might be under
characters on
Brayden
the-
instead of Ninja Whip.
No, they are. Brayden Nelson. There he is. Let me pull him up.
So
Wow.
awesome.
Brayden Nelson.
Crusty,
Not to be confused
if
with the
you-
real life counterparts. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Crusty, you're also on the server, the wiki. You just have to look up Whiplash.
Oh, true. Oh my god, there is literally not a single description for this guy. Brayden Nelson is a citizen of Ninjago City. That's it.
Wow.
His hair is black in the show, although his hair in the profile picture and the character model is dark brown. Damn, they really did Whip dirty for that. He should sue.
Oh, do you guys remember the old, like, you know, on the season wiki pages, the old focus sections for each season were genuinely terrible.
I don't, and I really don't want to. I feel like they'd be terrible. I feel like they'd be so bad.
The old one for season 5 was Nia was the focus, despite her being sidelined the whole season.
Oh my god.
And then I think in the season 9 one, the old one, Jay was above Lloyd in focus, so that's
For
interesting.
season 9?
Yeah.
What?
Hey?
Yeah, it started off saying this is a team season, and then the next one was, oh, Wu is the big role, and then it was like, next is Jay, and then I'm like, what?
Did they watch the season? Did they get to
They-
like episode
arguably,
3 and
like-
stop watching?
They only watched How to Build a Dragon. That's the only episode they watched.
I can see an argument for Cole, maybe, but Jay?
Yeah, it's so weird. Also, I love Cole's episode in Hunted. How it's him telling Wu not to lie, even though Cole used to like lie to his dad. Kino.
That is really good.
Also the wiki the wiki added like, you know how like the wiki is not really supposed to be opinionated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the trivia section in season 5, it just said, this is one of the least well-received seasons of the show, and that was outdated within like a year when everyone started
One of
loving
the
it.
most well received. Wait.
It was one of the least well-received seasons.
What are they on? People loved Possession when it came out. They are literally.
No, I remember people not
No, people definitely didn't like it. Like I remember Ninja Warrior 1246 was like, oh, where is the Overlord? But like most people generally liked it. I remember when that season came out,
Okay.
people were really optimistic. for the
Did Ninja Warrior like any season after rebooted though?
No, he liked, Rebooted was like the peak of humanity for him.
Ninja Warrior meta, right, is that the current thing is like bad and it killed the franchise. But the thing that came out like a year or two ago was pretty good in hindsight. Like, see, I remember in 2019 he was tweeting about how amazing the Oni trilogy is. And I guarantee when the new reboot comes out, in like a few years he's going to make a tweet saying, oh, in hindsight, Prime Empire was pretty underappreciated.
It was so funny because in 2018 he said season 7 is underrated, and then in 2019 he was like, oh, season 10 sucks, and then like when season 11 came out, he's like, you know, season 10 was the true end of this show.
I remember
And it's just like,
I remember the
holy
funniest part of that was when he was like, Ninjago is not Ninjago without the Hagemans. And I just responded with, March of the Oni, written by Braggy Schutz.
literally, like, that's what I say when people say when the Hagemans left Ninjago was bad, and they say
It's
they like
okay,
season
you
10.
don't like season 10 then?
Yeah.
Also, you don't like season. You don't like
You don't
Getting
like-
Part of Her Hands in Time,
you
which
don't-
the
you
answer
don't-
to that one is correct. No, I
You
don't.
don't like most of season 9? Because most of that was written by Braggy.
You don't like Decoded, where they brought a team of 8 writers to write Decoded?
Why does Decoded have 8 writers? That's ridiculous.
It's a recap series as well, so that would require like.
That would require
One-
probably no one. That would require probably just some like random overworked employee. Like
Some
how do you
AI
get one writer, let alone 8?
That Decoded thing is so botched. They go from Possession, half mention Skybound, and then straight to Hands of Time.
I mean, I was gonna say to be fair, Skybound didn't happen, but like Dev the Departed did.
I mean, there's not even a mural for that. Oh, the murals are going to be gone now. That's sad.
Yeah.
No.
Oh well, fine.
You know, I had drama with Ninja Warrior back in 2014 when I was like 12 years old. On
How'd that
Instagram,
happen?
I made this joke about I forget the origin. It was really stupid, but it was like some meme about Lloyd twerking for the Overlord, and I started it was because I used to do a weekly live stream, and we started a hashtag twerk for the Overlord.
Dude, I
and people
think I
would post,
remember.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
People would post minifigures like twerking in front of the Overlord, and Ninja Warrior hated it. It was you're right.
He's like, how could you do that to my lord?
It was a response to him because he used to do hashtag bring back the Overlord, and we all thought it was dumb. So we started hashtag twerk for the Overlord instead, and he got so upset.
Is going onto Twitter, searching up hashtag bring back the Overlord, and just responding to posts from 2015 saying that he will never be back or he should never come back.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to think of Crystalized now that his lover is back.
What about no one knows what he thinks of it?
He's
gone private.
Yeah, no, and none of us know what he's thinking because if we're not blocked, he's on private.
I love your gif of Ninja Warrior unblocking everyone.
It's like an iFunny gif with really low quality of Zane breaking the staff and everyone getting forward at the end of season 11.
Oh god.
By the way, we're 3 hours deep into a podcast. I'll out him. He's the guy, by the way, who unfollowed me when I made a Pride post on Instagram.
Do you want to know how I got blocked?
Not surprising to me at all. I mean, the guy has literally directly tweeted at the Hagemans saying he doesn't like gay people. I distinctly remember the Hagemans tweet. Something like, you should reconsider your words. Your hateful words are hurtful to so many, or something like that. And I'm like, bro, you are literally.
I posted a picture of Ninjago minifigures in a rainbow, just
I remember
all
that
the colors,
that
gray rainbow,
really
and the caption was Ninjago said gay rights, and he commented, "Welp, it's been a good run." And he said, "Welp, it's been a good run," and then he unfollowed me. By the way, he didn't unfollow me because of the twerk for the Overlord shit. He stayed following after that. But the
gay people, that's what did him in.
I swear in real life he just looks like General Cryptor. Also, he blocked me when I said on Twitter, I like the Overlord in Season 2, but I don't like him in Season 3, and then he just blocked me.
Dude, I've been blocked by Ninja Warrior at least 4 times on separate occasions.
I don't get
I will say though, his photography pretty good. I'll give him that.
His photography and edits are damn good, but he's just an awful person.
They were good, but recently they've not been. I saw one of his recent ones, and I'm like, oh, that was not great.
Bro,
I give him credit where credit's due, but also homophobia. It's not my favorite thing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge fan of that one.
I like your stuff, but
you're just a bit of a dick, aren't you?
Yeah, you don't like my existence, so I'm like,
I mean, you're just a bit of a twat, really, aren't you?
But opinions, Crusty. Shake my head.
Oh, true.
God, yeah. But what would he even think of? I guess you'd have to like it because the Overlord's in it.
No, he'd probably just say, they ruined the Overlord.
Yeah, they got rid of his asthma. Yeah, I suppose.
He doesn't sound like he's going through cardiac arrest now. They've ruined the character.
They also ruined Pythor. How dare you have him interact with the terrible character of Aspheera?
True.
Okay, but to be fair, though, where's his eyeliner? I'm genuinely upset about this.
Yeah.
No Pythor and Lloyd interaction yet is also kind of an L, but we'll see it anyways.
Well,
Pythor and Aspheera interactions make up for everything else.
Oh, that's true. That's going to be great.
Revenge.
I love the clip of Van Jess is we are here for it, and then she's like, revenge, and then Pythor's like, oh, God.
By the way, we are almost 3 hours into the podcast. Do you think we should consider wrapping things up now?
Yeah, I'm honestly getting a little bit hungry. I need to eat lunch.
Yeah, like I said, I have a call yesterday. I have ran out of drink and my sore throat is really starting to kick in.
This podcast is longer than Endgame.
This podcast is longer than... Yeah. I couldn't think of a better comparison. Or it's Endgame's 3 hours long. This is 2 hours 43. So we're just there. Yeah, this was fun. We should do another podcast.
How long was the last podcast you guys did?
I think an hour and a half.
It would have been a lot shorter if none of us had mentioned the mechanic.
Yeah.
It was a forever problem. Also, we should do one of the tier list thing. That's so funny.
That would be
the tier list.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our thoughts on LEGO Con 2022. What are your thoughts on LEGO Con? Be sure to let us know in the comment section. Cube, do you have anything to plug?
My channel called Cube. Please watch it. I need bread.
That doesn't narrow it down at all because there's hundreds of channels called Cube, but
Well, that's what. Okay, right. Okay, fair enough. Does Mind have a channel though? I'm not too sure.
I don't know. Mind, do you have any YouTube channels you want to promote?
Yeah, it's the one and only channel called Bricks by Mind. Just go check it out. I posted a video this weekend.
I don't think I've heard of that.
It's a pretty it's a pretty funny video. Talk about the time I made a Lego girlfriend when I was 12 years old.
I need to watch that video still. I remember.
It's a very epic video. I'm very proud of it.
I noticed it uses the same style as the Evo Mex video, and I really like that style, so I'm gonna watch it at some point.
Yes. Hope is to maybe make a video like that every weekend, but we'll see if that holds up.
I would love that.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I would love that too.
That'd be great.
I would love that too. It just takes a lot of effort to make those, but yeah, it's very proud of it. So, follow me on Twitter too. My tweets have been like really funny recently. Like I'm popping off on Twitter.com.
I think arguably I have more. I mean, like at this point, I've noticed my Twitter is either like random, like completely deranged thoughts that get like 4 likes, or like 4 Ninjago screenshots, a well-articulated sentence, and like 500 likes, and it's like no in between.
Yep.
That's the Crusty Twitter format.
Pretty much.
But
what about your channel, Crusty?
I mean, like, obviously, since my YouTube channel is like the #1 subscribed channel on like all of YouTube, I mean, it's pretty hard to promote at that point. So
that's true, yeah.
I wanna shout out some real underrated creators. So you need to go check out T-Series, PewDiePie, and let's go Jake Paul. You know, they're pretty underrated creators. So
I'm not a huge fan of that one.
You're of a Logan guy. More of a low
No,
gang.
I think he's kind of problematic, honestly.
You part of the low gang?
No.
Mine is a proud low ganger. I'm more of a
actually, there's just a small underrated channel that I think people should check out called Albrick Studios.
I don't think I've heard of that one. What does he make?
Yeah. He's one of those channels who does like scam bait calls. So go to YouTube and search Albrick Studios scammer. You'll find some really funny videos.
that actually goes hard. I gotta check those out.
Yeah, just search Albrick Studios scammer and you'll find what you're looking for.
Awesome. That is so awesome. But yeah, this has been the Crusty Crew podcast, the first long-form piece of content I've actually decided to commit to. Rest in peace, Crusty Cast. Rest in peace, probably Crusty Live. Rest in peace, God knows how many. We're actually committing to this one.
Rest in peace, War Crew podcast.
Oh, true. I promise I didn't steal from you, Mind. I promise I stole from Al rather than you.
That's okay.
It's okay because I'm stealing from a bad person rather than a good person.
My Discord crashed as soon as Crusty started shouting out the channel.
Okay, thank you for listening, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully not in a month. Things should be a lot less busy now because like exam period is mostly done. We want to try to get these out weekly, but no promises. Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Thanks for having me on, guys. See ya.